Season, the start of league play for many, and it's fall, y'all, but no falling down here. We get up for CCL action as tonight Hartley takes on DeSales. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Rivals here on the CW Columbus. Alongside the football professor, Jeff Logan, I'm Randy Reinhart. And, Jeff, when you talk to both of these coaches of these 2 and 3 teams, they both describe the same term for their team, grinding.
Yeah, and that grinding is a direct result of two highly successful programs being 2 and 3 at this stage of the season. That is not a comfortable feeling, so that's why you're grinding. And the only thing worse than being 2 and 3 is going 2 and 4.
He is the math professor tonight. Let's take a look at the combatants in this contest. Hartley, 2 and 3 on the season, coached by Brad Birchfield. And in year number 15, what a masterful job he has done with this program. They've got a running back who's going to start tonight as only a freshman. His name is Robert Lathan.
Well, at both of these schools, they go 4 deep in terms of classes. And if you're a freshman, you got to be ready to play. And tonight, Robert Lathan is going to fill in. Last week against Central Catholic, Lima Central Catholic, they won that game. Randy, 3 touchdowns. Averaged 8.5 yards per carry. This is a kid that is very talented, but young.
Yeah, Deontay Hubbard will not play in this contest tonight. On the other side, it is DeSales, the Stallions 2 and 3, coached by Ryan Wiggins in year number 16, and he's done a great job with that program as well, too. One guy to watch for is a guy that has played some at quarterback this year, but in the past was a running back. He'll go back to running back tonight. His name is Avery Garlock.
Yeah, Avery really filled a need for this football team in the first half of the season when they really weren't sure what they were going to do at quarterback. From that quarterback spot, Randy, 6 rushing touchdowns. He was really dynamic there, but they got to find a way to get him the ball more often. P.J. Knowles, the sophomore, will step in at quarterback, and this young man will be important for their success tonight.
They were beat up by Walsh Jesuit last week. Are you ready for some football?
Let's roll.
Are you ready? What a game we have tonight in the CCL. It is Hartley and DeSales, and it's the Central Ohio Toyota Dealers Friday Night Rivals presented by Columbus State Community College in one place right here on the CW Columbus.
Hi, I'm meteorologist Marshall McPeak. We have a beautiful night for some high school football. So we've got Hartley taking on DeSales at kickoff, 63 degrees. So it's cool, but it's still going to be dry. Then by halftime, we're down to 61. If you're going out to the games tonight, make sure that you've got at least a jacket. It's going to get cool in the stands. Otherwise, the rest of your evening, temperatures fall into the 50s, and we'll be down to 54 degrees by midnight, and we're headed into a mild day on Saturday.
Marshall, thank you very much. Welcome back to Alumni Stadium for week number 6, Hartley and DeSales. We can tell you that Hartley won the toss and they've deferred, so St. Francis DeSales will go ahead and receive going from right to left. And we get ready for the kickoff. And just a reminder that the Buckeye State Bank kickoff is just around the corner. Start enjoying the benefits of banking local with Buckeye State Bank. Get started today by visiting joinbsb.com. And Jeff, some changes. We mentioned Deontay Hubbard not dressing tonight, so you go with the freshman if you're Hartley, and changes for DeSales. Their quarterback is now one of the two-pronged approach, if you will, at running back for the Stallions.
I'd be very curious to see how this develops through the first couple series for each of these two teams, but that won't change the physical nature of this game. This is a rivalry game, and they will get after it.
Brandon Peel with the kickoff, and we're underway, and the Stallions with a nice return out across the 35 to the 36-yard line, and that's where DeSales will start on offense with a new face at quarterback. We talked about a freshman running back for the squad from Hartley. How about a sophomore quarterback now for DeSales to start things? P.J. Knowles will get the nod at QB for the Stallions. 6'4", 185, and also a great basketball player as well, too. So he's the last man on the field. There you see his numbers so far in the campaign. He's also got the ball 2 times for negative 6 yards rushing, and he has been the backup quarterback. And, Jeff, it's kind of a tough situation. You're starting league play, so you start with a new quarterback here in week number 6. Another Home Appliance Solutions first down, as we have in the first 5 weeks of the campaign. They'll keep it on the ground on this first down play and circle around the 38-yard line to around the 39 that time. Is on the carry is Gabe Caruso, one of the 2 running backs. And here is your safe light starting lineup for the Cruisers on offense. The former Kaufman head coach, Mark Crabtree, handles the offense. Good experience up front. Benton and Velasquez saw some time last year. You got Cruiser as a wideout. Elgin is their deep threat, if you will, as a wide receiver. Plotty also a great guy on the right side of the line. And you see Garlock and Caruso to go with the two-pronged approach now at running back instead of just one back. Watch for Walker in the slot as well, too. Up to the 39-yard line. They pick up a long 4 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 6 from there. It's Cruiser to the bottom with 2 wide at the top. They'll keep it inside off the right hash. They go to the 40-yard line, and that is it. Great job by that Hartley Hawk defense this year being handled by Todd Carter, the son of the legendary Gary Carter. And you take a look at the defense. Good experience up front with guys like Seydoux and also Laurent and Davis. Look at linebackers. Got some hitters there with Zhang. With a name like Zhang, you have to hit Ralston and Murphy. And in the secondary, you see Elliott, Cook, Barber, and Tucker. So going to mark the ball just across the 40 near the 41-yard line. 3rd down and just less than 5.
Yeah, an uncomfortable down and distance here at the beginning of the football game. We mentioned P.J. Knowles getting that first start at the quarterback spot. A passing down. Let's see if they take the reins off of him, let him throw the football.
Surrounded by 2 backs, and he will roll left and look and go underneath and dump the pass, and incomplete at the 49-yard line, intended on the play for Jack Elgin. So Elgin tried to corral that ball. The pass a little short, sets up a punting scenario now for the Stallions.
Very athletic kid, P.J. Knowles. You talked about his basketball abilities, and this is a tough pass to throw, though. Running to your left as a right-hander, the one thing you got to do, Randy, you got to square your shoulders back to the line of scrimmage and deliver that ball. That time, I don't think he got his feet set as well as he wanted to. Ball ended up being a little bit low. 3 and out. Good stop by the Hawks on defense.
Brendan Ballard, who averages 28.3 a punt back there, to punt it from inside the 30-yard line. And will exceed his average there with a nice punt that will hit at the 27. And look at that hop it takes for the Stallions all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 17. But he tossed the marker way up at the 26-yard line.
May have touched somebody is what they're saying, and they're going to mark the ball at the 25-yard line. So did touch one of the kicking team. Your starting quarterback, Peyton Underwood, a name that we certainly recognize, Randy. We've seen this kid grow up here.
And his dad, Woody Underwood, a great quarterback when he was with Reynoldsburg, also a head coach there, and now an assistant coach for a number of years as well for the Hawks. And again, this phone booth look that they give you with those non-existent splits in the offensive line, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Underwood to throw, has a man wide open underneath across the 35. And look at this, up the sidelines they go. That is Perry. And Perry gets a nice gainer across midfield, and that is their deep threat in Ryan Perry. 24 catches for 420 yards coming into this game. Your safe line offense, talked about Perry. Some good size up front. Birchfield now is the son of the head coach. Davis and Asedu you saw on defense will play on offense as well, too. We mentioned Lathan starting as just a freshman at running back. A nice gain on the play of 33 yards. So 1st and 10 on his home appliance solution, first down at the 42 of the Stallions.
You know, neither team, Randy, so far this season has had great success throwing the football. Interesting to see the Hawks come out and throw it. Fumble ball is loose at the line of scrimmage.
Popped up into the air, and the Stallions say they have it, and they do.
Boy, it looked like at the mesh point in the backfield, they ran into an issue, and the ball just popped out of the hands of quarterback Peyton Underwood. We'll get a look at this from above.
Ralston was the intended ball carrier.
Yeah, he intended to hand the ball off. No question that Rory Ralston was to take the football. It looked like Rory maybe thought it was a read option, and the quarterback was not giving it to him. But the first turnover of the game after they come up with a great first down in their first drive.
Isaac Pekarsik, big number 1. Helping to make it a turnover scenario for the Stallions. They have it 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. On their second possession now for Knowles and company. And look at that defense. The Hawks waiting right at the line of scrimmage, and one of the Hawks will have to check out of this contest as they lose their helmet. Good size inside. We mentioned that for the Hawks. Big number 76, that's Donovan Davis, helping to make the hit on the play for the Hawks.
Brendan Lorette, number 86, who plays that defensive end position. He's the one that lost his lid, and he'll have to sit out a play. And Randy being very conservative so far with P.J. Knowles getting this start at the quarterback spot. Read option has been the basic go-to of the offense so far.
Donovan Davis, special mention last year, like photography, computer science, and cooking. Part of the ambassador program. That's track and field. His dad, in fact, played football at UC. So a loss of about 1 on the play. 2nd and 11 from back of the 41-yard line as Elgin goes way wide to the top now. In fact, 3 to that side of the field. The 2 backs in the backfield now. A little misdirection in the backfield, and they'll get it to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Jeff, nothing there between the tackles so far early on. As that time it's Garlock, who was the quarterback, now running back on the carry.
Yeah, a little counter play there, Randy, and pretty good defense. Good job by Rory Ralston, number 43, the linebacker coming up, trying to make the play. And there's a look into the eyes of the sophomore quarterback. There's Ralston on the defensive side. And Randy, I mentioned that this is a rivalry game, and it's kind of a rite of passage for these two to be playing and us to be here covering it, right?
It's my 21st in the last 40 years. So
was it count when they played 3 times in one season, though?
Like they did a couple of years ago. And by the way, DeSales won all 3 of those. Ralston, a guy that has a birthday, by the way, on the 27th. 3rd down, they still need more than 10. Knowles needs 11. Rolls downfield, looks, has his man on that little boot inside the 45, down to around the 42-yard line. That's enough for a Stallion first down. As that time, it's Gabe Caruso, known as a running back, but also some great hands, too. He makes the catch for the 6th time this season for 42 yards.
Boy, really nice athletic play here by P.J. Knowles. And again, Randy, this is the same play that they ran towards us in that first drive. But now you got your right-handed quarterback rolling to his right. Much easier throw and a much more comfortable situation for a brand-new starting quarterback to get an opportunity to be able to deliver the ball on time and on target.
Gain of 15, other home appliance solutions first down, this time at the 44 of the Hawks. About 4 minutes into this contest. And off the right side, inside the 42, maybe to the 41-yard line that time. On the carry is Gabe Caruso. Time now to check out your Toyota keys to the game. And for Hartley, when you look at them, tough playing Peyton. In other words, they need a strong game from Peyton Underwood. And Ballhawks, they just have to go after that football when the Stallions have it, because that is one of the strengths of that Hawk defense. 4 DeSales, their keys, flying after Ryan. We saw what Perry could do as a wideout, and that's why they have to fly towards him. gained 33 on his first catch of this contest. Gabe Block is a combination of the two running backs, Gabe Caruso and Avery Garlock. They have to be a great 1-2 punch for the Stallions to control this game on the ground. Can they do it on this play? They'll take it to the outside, and there's a bit of a gain inside the 37 to the 36-yard line by the aforementioned Mr. Garlock.
That's the first attempt that they've really tried to put pressure on the perimeter with the running game. And again, this is a good example. Avery Garlock spent the first 5 weeks of the season playing quarterback for these Stallions. Now he is the tailback, and they are getting him opportunities to get the ball out on the perimeter, and that's where he can be most dangerous. So far, so good with this recipe.
Jeff, ball in the outside arm and a stiff arm to boot. You have to be happy as a running back.
That's a good thing.
Third down and a couple now from the 36-yard line. Cruiser and Elgin to the bottom. And there's a gap inside the 35. Caruso's down to the 32-yard line. And Gabe will have enough for another Stallion first down, showing a little life here on the ground.
Yeah, what a nice 1-2 punch they've got there with Caruso. Now Garlock back there at the running back spot. They go with two backs most of the time. Gabe Caruso on the season, 73 carries, 327 yards, and 1 rushing touchdown.
And some good experience in that offensive line, too, with Priest and Benton and Velasquez and Clottey and Matera. First down play. Nice sidestep that time by Garlock. Gets it inside the 26 to the 25. And kind of the recipe that a Hartley drive would look like as well, too.
Very much so. And again, they're trying to get the ball in the hands of this kid as much as they possibly can. 6'1", 200-pound junior. So he certainly passes the look test. That time running the ball into the boundary, the short side of the field. And again, if you've listened to our telecast before, running into the short side of the field as far as a running back was an awful thing. But then you do the math and you figure out that there are less defenders over there, you're willing to go ahead and run the ball into the boundary.
Denham Cook with a hit after a gain of 5 on the play again. The misdirection in the backfield of the counter play gets the ball inside the 23 to the 22 is lunging forward. Is Garlock. And you mentioned the 1-2 punch. Now, Caruso last year, 164 carries, 670 yards. And Garlock last year, 51 carries for 434 yards. Good blocking that time by the left side of that line.
Yeah, they had 12 touchdowns between the two of them, Randy, a year ago. So obviously you want those guys back there to be carrying the ball as much as possible. Interesting opportunity here. Third and short. Obvious running situation. Let's see if they let P.J. Knowles put the ball up.
Elgin is wide in a different area code to the top with 2 wide to the bottom. Line splits are very wide. That time the spin move and falling forward. There's a first down on the play. Is once again this time Caruso on the carry off the left side. And he's got a first down.
Good job of keeping his head up here. Spin move, getting him an opportunity to get the first down, delay in the backfield. And you can see a good job of having both hands on both points of the football, making sure that he does not lose it. He has lost 2 fumbles already this season, Randy, and it looks like one of the things that they're concentrating on.
Stallions have entered the Bathfitter Red Zone. Transform your bathroom in one day. Get started at bathfitter.com. Well, it's 1st and 10 just inside that 19-yard line for that man, P.J. Knowles, the sophomore signal caller. Again, he's in the middle of a running back sandwich. And off the left side, nice push of the offensive line. And again, a good job to wait for those blocks to establish, too. So pick it up inside the 15-yard line. Once again, it's Garlock on the carry. A guy that likes math, video games, and sleeping.
Nothing wrong with that combo.
I would change the order.
I know you would. Some of that big defense over there. Some of the beef. Isaac Asidu. 6'3", 290, a senior. Look at that boy. You talk about passing the look test. You want to line up over him and block him? Good luck.
Sadu's a guy that saw time last year, too, and boy, he can move those feet as well, too. This is the 11th play of the drive. We got a timeout taken on the field now.
Timeout, Hartley.
The Hawks will burn their first timeout, and while they take a break, let's hear some words from Toyota.
This new Toyota Tundra is amazing. It's rugged and capable.
Designed, engineered, and built right here in the USA.
And Tundra is more powerful and more fuel efficient.
The iForce Max hybrid powertrain delivers 437 horsepower.
And with the multi-terrain select, no matter what the conditions are, it automatically adjusts the engine throttle and traction.
While the crawl control modulates the throttle and brakes.
When we say you can go anywhere and do anything,
Tundra really means it.
Yeah.
Toyota. Let's go places.
And just a reminder, you can watch Friday Night Rivals in an easy and convenient manner. Every game is streaming live on the ABC6 News app, the ABC6 YouTube page, the CWColumbus.com, and of course, right here on that their television of yours. It's all powered by Kroger Great Lakes Distribution Center, thanks to Kroger. And you got to think that the Hawks wanted to just go ahead and regroup defensively on that little timeout. Brad Birchfield and Todd Carter talking to the squad, trying to get them on the same page.
Randy, I'm curious to see if they've got the quarterback keeping the football here in this read option, because there's been a couple of times there where P.J. Knowles has read it properly, but they're starting to crash down into the middle. They could pull that, run the quarterback to the outside.
They need 6 from the 15-yard line. Nothing inside, bouncing it outside and getting the first down and making it 1st and goal. I don't think he made it into the end zone he wants to call, but I think he stepped out inside the 5-yard line. Is that time taking it around the left side. Nicely done that time by Avery Garlock. He wants the touchdown, but I think they're going to say his foot touchdown inside the 5.
Yeah, there was nothing inside. He's able to bounce this play to the outside. Randy switched it to the outside arm. There's the call by the official. Excellent job by the referees picking up. He steps out of bounds.
Boom.
Right there at the 4-yard line, and that's where the play will begin. 1st and goal.
A great job by the image video team. Dean Marini and the crew showing you the shots from the sidelines. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. 2/3 of the way through the first stanza. Look at the splits on that line. The exact opposite of what you see from the Hartley line. Off the keeper, it is Knowles inside the 3 to the 2. Well, you had the keeper that time, but that time near the hash mark instead of taking it outside, Knowles picks up a couple.
Yeah, it was interesting. He read the read option the way it was supposed to, and he kept the football, ran it right up the middle. But again, it looked to me like there was opportunities to be able to go outside, and now he's going to run to the sideline, having a little bit of difficulty. Now we're going to Wildcat, Randy. P.J. Knowles has come off the field.
Well, remember, you Garlock, who was the quarterback for the first 5 weeks, so he can handle the ball. In fact, he'll be in there to take the snap with Caruso behind him. See if they go student body left. And that's the side that Caruso goes to. Does he break the play? No, he does not. Going to say he is not in for a touchdown with 3:22 left to go and ticking here in the first.
You're going to get a great shot here right down at the goal line. Lead right up the middle to Gabe Caruso, and that ball did not cross the plane. Really good job by the officiating crew, even a better job by the Hawks on defense.
The ball did everything but cross the goal line, so it is now 3rd down and less than 1 and less than 3 minutes left to go. And again with a Wildcat look with Garlock at quarterback. An official's timeout, and one of the Stallions going to be sent off the field.
Maybe have an equipment problem. Or it could be an issue with blood.
As Ben Famoso, one of the tight ends, he will check out and replaced by Kofi Aduru. Do you keep it simple here?
Still a heavy number? Yep, heavy set going right over the left side.
Yep, they'll hand it off.
My.
What a job by that defense of the Hawks. Coming through, number 11 to make the hit. That is Anthony Murphy, the linebacker.
6'3", 225. Look at this guy. Man, I'll tell you what, he would lift him up in the backfield. Looked like the play was designed for him, but you can see the missed block just on the outside there, the right side of the line, not picking up the crash coming in from the defensive end.
Murphy, a guy that loves the Air Force Academy. He'll be going there, also likes math and basketball. Special mention last year. Now you've got an interesting case. You've got a 4th down and goal from the 3-yard line. And still you have Garlock at quarterback. He will call his own number, go to the strength side. Does he break the plane? It doesn't matter. There's a flag, so we'll have to sort that out. I don't know if he crossed the plane. No sign on that, but let's see what the flag is all about.
Well, he definitely didn't get the ball into the end zone.
And
so they will decline
because the penalty is on the Stallions.
Absolutely. It's going to be a holding call in the offensive line, most likely. Here's the call by the official.
Gus Maragos coming our way. Gus, what do you got? You got a microphone. You got a cousin on the crew, too, and Paul Maragos.
Holding number 57 of the offense. That penalty will be declined. It'll be 1st down. Hartley going out. We also have a sideline warning against Hartley. No penalty enforcement for that.
And we also have a 15-play drive They came up empty. Your officials, the Cousins, Maragos, Hinton, Phillips, and Allion, all the crew. Last week we had brothers. This week we have cousins. We're keeping it in the family.
That's a bit of a surprise, Randy, to get the ball first and goal at the 4-yard line, not be able to get it in, but that's a testament to the good defense by the Hawks.
1st and 99 for Bishop Hartley now. A little circle around move by Rory Ralston.
That's an interesting combo.
Now we got seen that. Now they go with the I set, the triple stack, and boy, if they get it out of the end zone, they barely do. They get it back to the 1-yard line and not much further than that.
Well, I don't like that kind of a play where you take so long to develop and you're giving it to the last guy in a row of 3.
That was Lathan on the carry.
Man, oh man.
And again, we talked about Robert, too, 5'11", 175, and a freshman, already has an offer from Kentucky. He's carried the ball 14 times for 119 yards. You can make it now 15 carries. And that time they got back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a half yard, so just past the 1. Toss sweep. Can they get out of the end zone? Lathan does, and he's got room. Out across the 10. He's got the first down near the 14-yard line. Nice job by the freshman. He was big, strong, physical, good speed. And he's got the ability to burn to the outside when given the chance. He tweaked an ankle on the 3rd play of the game. Check that. It was Hubbard who did that. So Hubbard is the guy that tweaked the ankle. But this is a guy that's going to show you a lot of potential and speed and gets to the outside before number 9 is waiting for him. That's Cooper Simpson coming up from the secondary. And he'll readjust now. Another home appliance solution first down from just past the 13. And there is nothing there. Great job by that Stallion defense to shut that down. Well, I tell you what, they look for that gap at the right side, and there is absolutely nothing there. Helping to make the play on that one for the Stallions was Aduru. You check out the Stallions on defense, courtesy of Safe Flight. Good experience up front. Watch Gwynn, too. He is a force. The linebackers are solid. Lincoln Shulaw is a youngster, and he's really, in essence, in there. And his brother, who's an all-league performer, still out with a hand injury. And some decent experience in the secondary as well, too. But Oduro and Newbert was a guy, his honorable mention, who's also the son of the athletic director, a guy to watch for in that line up front for the Stallions. And timeout taken. 42 ticks left to go on the clock. We'll step aside. Scoreless. Week number 6. Hartley and DeSales here on the CW Columbus.
Second and 13 for the Hawks on their own 10-11.
It's the biggest plays, the biggest schools, the best high school football. You get to see it first thanks to First Scores on Fox 28, sponsored by Spectrum tonight at 10:45 only on Fox 28. Jeff, already the Hawks have burned 2 of their 3 timeouts.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion over there, Randy, to have to go through that process. We mentioned the change at the running back spot, but Peyton Underwood, certainly an experienced quarterback in there, but some confusion.
He's got Lathan as his lone back on 2nd and 13. And Tucking calling his own number and coming up from the secondary. Solid hit that time. Big number 12. That's Omarion Conte, who makes the hit on the play for the Stallions. The guy that's got 25 solos, 13 assists, 10 tackles for a loss, a sack, and has caused a fumble so far.
Picture perfect tackle here, Randy. Did not leave his feet when he made the tackle. That is excellent. Come in there, hit him high, hit him safely, and that's going to be the last play of quarter number 1.
And with 12 minutes in the books, that man made the last big play on defense for the Stallions. Scoreless after 12 minutes. Second quarter coming up here, week number 6 at CCL action. Glad to have you here on Central Ohio Toyota Dealers Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College on the CW Columbus. Scoreless after the first 12 minutes of action between Hartley and DeSales. Randy Reinhardt, Jeff Logan, Jake Stewart, glad to have you aboard. Your synopsis, sir, of the first quarter of action.
Well, Randy, we've got 100 yards of offense combined between the two teams, and it's almost dead even. So this is what you expect when DeSales goes up against Hartley.
3rd and 7, quick pop, but we have whistles before the start of the play. And the penalty is going to go against the Hawks.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. Down remains 3rd.
Looked like they had a pretty good screen set up there, Randy, just popping the ball out there. It was 3rd and 7. Now they've got 3rd and 12. And this is an important stop here for DeSales. They were unable to get the ball into the end zone in the red zone. They got it all the way down to the 4 to the 1 yard line, unable to punch it in. If they can flip the field here, that kind of takes the pain away from not getting that ball scored.
And the bad news is you burned that play in essence because now the Stallions have seen that. So on the delay, they hand it off to Lathan, who finds a gap up the 20-yard line, pushes a defender with him, but still shy of the sticks, and it'll be a punting scenario. But that's the thing you hate about a penalty. When the whistle blows just about 1 second after you've set up something that looks so good, that's all for naught. Look at this delay play again. Lathan gets the handoff, and again, that's the body of a freshman finding the gap and taking a defender with him all the way up to the 20-yard line before he's cleaned up there on the play by Pekarsik.
I'll be curious to see how this kid develops over time. Again, just a freshman, and as you mentioned, Randy, already an offer by a Power 5 program, the Kentucky Wildcats.
Warren Markwood, the 6', 180-pound junior, on to punt now for the Hawks, standing back at his own 10. Single safety. The Stallions, and look at this.
Oh, my goodness. And now we've got a procedural call. Brad Birchfield is livid across the way.
Dead ball. False start. Offense number 4. 4th down.
I'd said Brad. I meant Brian Birchfield, the head football coach. There he is. Man, if you're going to hang it out there like they did and go with the fake punt, you got to have everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
You talk about exposing yourself and showing stuff that now how do we pull this off?
Exactly. That's 2 plays now. Brad Birchfield, a young guy that I remember watching when he played at Reynoldsburg High School, then coached at Centerburg in the past too, and Canal Winchester, and done a masterful job. A number of state championships. We've alluded to that in the past as well too. The job he's done. I go back to the state championships they actually had back in the 80s. In 86, and Brad taking them to state titles in 10 and 2015 and 2016 as well too.
Trying to get everybody to settle down over there on the sidelines. And Randy, not a great punt either. Talk about flipping the field. DeSales is going to be able to start the drive on the Hartley Hawks 40-yard line. So unable to get the ball in the end zone when they were down there before. See if they can capitalize on the great stop by their defense.
It's a Bowling Green State University first down for the Stallions on the short side of the 50 now, as we have played just about 1 minute of quarter number 2. 1 man in motion, and the handoff, and the defense just eats him alive. Garlock was looking for that gap and really had no blockers, had 2 defenders to deal with just as soon as he got to the mesh point.
Yeah, a lot of misdirection back there, and you could tell the Hartley Hawks weren't buying any of that. They were just going to follow the ball, and that's exactly what happened. Again, Brendan Lorette, Isaac Seydu in there. This is a huge defensive line. 290, 235, and 285 across the front.
Got guys too like Joey Wooten who helps out as well too, coming up from the secondary to make the hit. Second down, they lost a yard. Second down and 11 from the 41-yard line. And nothing there again.
Oh, my goodness.
Handed it off to Garlock, and he got creamed back there at the 43. And again, the size up front you were talking about. This time it's a 78-9 combination. If you're looking at that and you look at the size, and you can say, my goodness, you got size up front, then you got guys coming up from the secondary as well too. And which poison do you pick? Is a good job too in support by Joey Wooten again.
Yeah. Randy, they're going to have to get Avery Garlock on the perimeter. That is something. You can see the celebration going on over there. That was a really, really good defensive play.
Philip Murray's listed as wearing number 78, and there's P.J. Knowles looking to the sidelines. And again, remember, the back judge will let you know when there's 5 seconds left to get the playoff, and that one took a long time to get the information. So looking at a 3rd down and a dozen from back at the 42 of the Hawks. And the hand has gone up. Blitz coming from the near side. Little middle screen. It's Garlock to the 30. Garlock inside the 28 to the 27-yard line, and that's enough for a Stallion first down.
Boy, a really good job of execution there by the quarterback looking off. I want you to watch the quarterback as he comes back here, looking right, and then going left all the way. got everybody to buy that they were going to dump the ball out into the right flat, and it comes back with a little bubble screen with the back out of the backfield, and Avery Garlock able to pick up a huge first down.
Picks up 15. How do you negate a fast rush? Go with that screenplay. And that time the carry is an off-tackle play off the left side inside the 25 on this BGSU first down to maybe the 24-yard line. Is Garlock on the carry again? And we talked about that 1-2 punch in the backfield, but the Hawks defense at times ready for the challenge. That time it's number 2 meeting. Number 2 is Fidelis Emoja helping to make the hit. Number 2 on your screen there.
Boy, they pulled the right guard and the right tackle all the way from the right side to be able to lead to the left side. That's where you got to be careful, where the defensive end from that side just follows that tackle right to the play, but decent gain on first down.
They picked up 4. They need 6 more. Under 8.5 left to go. Boy, giving ground that time was Caruso, and still he makes it work for a gain. Jeff, he went all the way back to about the 27-yard line before he could turn the corner. But again, sometimes you talk about running backs being too anxious. That time, good job by Caruso to wait for the blocks to establish, find that gap to the outside, and get some positive yardage.
Well, you saw the penetration coming from the blitz by Jay Zhang, and Jay Zhang just a little late to the party. And Gabe Caruso was able to make him miss, and he was able to get himself to the point. Now, again, 3rd and 2. These are the down and distances where they've really struggled.
Zhang, just a freshman, and once again we have a team, this time the Stallions again inside the Bathfitter red zone. Bathfitter.com for more information. They need a couple. 2 from the 2-0. It is Caruso, and he's got more than 2. He's got nearly 9 before he's bent back, and the Stallions will keep it going.
Pretty good block on the perimeter out there. Jack Elgin doing the dirty work out there. He's a junior, 6'4", 290. Where's number 7? You're going to see him in your screen here. Number 7 doing a nice job. Got a little bit of jersey there, but that's okay. It's only holding if you get caught.
And, Jeff, we talked about the two teams grinding to this point. I think this has been a perfect example of it, a definition, if you will, of grinding so far in this first half. The Stallions with their second opportunity now in the red zone. Going to mark the ball right on the 10-yard line, so his first and goal from there. And it's Caruso off the right side, angles inside the 9, close to the 8-yard line before he's brought down.
Notice the problem with the mesh there, Randy, a little bit of a delay. The quarterback kind of overstepping the line, slowing down the running back from being able to get the ball up inside. And again, this is a timing issue. They've had practice all week where they've had P.J. Knowles in there as a starting quarterback, but you're going to have some of those growing pains when you bring in a new person at quarterback.
When I asked Coach Wiggins about that, saying, how do you know he's ready when he hasn't started? He said, because he gets half the reps. Basically 2 quarterbacks, so it was Garlock and he's gotten a lot of the reps, so they felt at this point of the season he was ready to take over. So far, so good, scoreless and driving, second down and goal. Rolling left, looking for somebody and throwing it back across. It's a free ball, knocked around and incomplete, 7 yards deep in the end zone.
All right, that's a bad idea, PJ. We do not throw it late back over the middle. So he'll learn that. That's one of the things that you will develop as a young quarterback. Now again, this is a harder pass for this young man to be able to throw going to his left. And look here, Randy, this is a lame duck over the middle late. Should have been intercepted. Very fortunate that they're back to live another down.
Intended for Elgin, nearly picked off by Emoja. So now it is 3rd down and goal.
No, if that play's not there, Randy, the key to the quarterback is you throw the ball out of bounds or you go ahead and tuck it and run, but never throw the ball late back across the middle.
He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. 3rd down and goal. Got a man across the middle. Pressure on now. Can he gun it underneath? Oh, the pass is nearly picked off. Nearly picked because it was in the breadbasket of Anthony Murphy.
Anthony Murphy thought he was the intended receiver. It was like, what the heck is this? Watch again. Ground level coming right at you. Here's your quarterback, P.J. Knowles, looking, and it looked like the ball slipped out of his hand. Had a receiver open, Randy, but really a good drop by linebacker Anthony Murphy.
Joey Bangert now on to attempt a field goal attempt, Jeff, of some 25 yards. Young man who likes calculus. 2 of 2 in limited duty. High snap, and he won't get a chance this time. And at the 16-yard line, he is snowed under, and the Hawks again survive an opportunity because the Stallions twice now have been inside the 10-yard line and have come up empty.
Yeah, watch the high snap here. Not the fault of the holder or the kicker here. They've got to do a better job on special teams. Covered the loose ball, but once again, the defense is going to be tested. And the Hartley Hawks, I'll tell you what, Randy, 2 great stops, but this puts a lot of pressure on their offensive football team starting drives inside the 20-yard line.
Tell you what, Emoja's been omnipresent in that last drive there defensively for the Hawks. So on a first down play, out to the 20-yard line on the carry is Lathan. Now the question, Jeff, you got to have is, as a freshman, we mentioned the number of carries he had last week, but how much can you run a guy like that? Can you run him 20 times? Can you run him 25?
They're going to run his legs off tonight, Randy, if they have to. He's young and he's eager to want to be able to play. I'm trying to explain to people, how does a kid who is a freshman that has never played a varsity football game have an offer from a Power 5 conference? The answer to that is he attended the camp at Kentucky, most likely, and he passed all their tests.
Toss sweep for Lathan, got it out to the 22-yard line. Initially, it looked like he had more room there. Good job by the Stallion defense to help shut that down after a gain of just a couple on the play. So now it's going to set up a third down scenario for the Hawks, just near the 23-yard line. The offensive coordinator for Bishop Hartley is Chris Sawyer. He's done that for a long time, multiple sets. They used to go Rabbits and Rhinos, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
The big lineup was called the Rhinos and the Rabbits the small one. But to be honest with you, Jeff, they don't have the depth right now to go ahead and go that route. Obviously, they're playing a freshman at running back. There's the signal from the sideline. They have 1 timeout remaining. Under 5 left in the half. Underwood on a long count. Handed off to Lathan. He's got the first down across the 30 and churns out to the 37-yard line. Nearly broke that one on the play. Picks up 14 and a first down now awaiting the Bishop Hartley Hawks.
Yeah, that's a pretty good view of this young man and his future, because this is effortless. He's gliding through here, Randy, and you can see his acceleration. Once he gets himself going north and south, he is able to put it into another gear, which creates the opportunity. That was very close to breaking it the entire way.
A guy that could play defense too, but the scenario is this: when you're a tailback for the Hawks, you don't play on defense as well too. You play on just one side. And he'll get it again. Up to the 41-yard line. Now, the one thing I want to point out is that Peyton Underwood is an underrated runner, too. So they may be setting up something where on one of these plays, Jeff, he takes it on a keeper as well, too, because this is a guy that has the ability to open up. I think maybe early on, Coach Birchfield said that perhaps they put too much pressure on Peyton to make things happen, and now he's sharing the load or sharing the wealth, if you will, to a certain extent. And with Hubbard not here, it's not, just Underwood. It's now a guy in Lathan who has to carry part of that load in. We've got a whistle, and I think we may have a false start in the offensive line here.
Yeah, Hubbard was a guy who's not playing
Dead
tonight.
Ball. False start. Offense, number 76. Down remains third.
I was mentioning Hubbard, it accounted
Second down.
9 touchdowns this season, Randy, and all of a sudden he was out of the lineup tonight, which was a little bit of a surprise. We didn't learn about it until about a half an hour before kickoff.
He tweaked his ankle on play number 3 last week against Lima Central Catholic. There's a quick slant. Pop is complete. It goes across midfield all the way down to the 47-yard line after the catch is made by Joey Wooten. This is another guy they want to get in space. He's got 23 carries, 107 yards, but also 8 catches, Jeff, for 86 yards, a touchdown, and a long of 30.
Yeah, he is a big player, and Peyton Underwood delivering the ball on time, on target. You can see the missed tackle out there. You got to break down here. You just can't be flying into there hoping you're going to be able to make that play.
Gain of 17. It's another Bowling Green State University first down. Go Falcons from the 47-yard line. The string to the right side of the formation. The backs this time from an offset eye. That's Lathan leaving the backfield. Roberts got the pitch. He's got company. Ooh, don't go up in the air. Gets to the 46-yard line. I'm not sure what he was trying to hurdle there as he picked up about 1 on the play as he went airborne. Hey, look at that size in the offensive line, too. The likes of Blake Wyatt and Ian Jackson, I should say, Ben Birchfield, Donovan Davis, and Isaac Adeu. Aseo is an interesting story because Aseo goes 6'3", 290. His nickname is Pancake because he was bigger than the other kids, so he played with older kids, but he would knock everybody on their backside. So they said he pancaked everybody, so he got the nickname pancake. Little bubble to the outside, and that's Perry, and he's got a nice gain inside the 35 down to around the 32-yard line. Second catch for Ryan Perry here in this first half.
All of a sudden, they've got the offense cooking again. They had to start this drive inside their own 20-yard line. Twice they've had to start drives with really bad field position, and this time it looks like the Hartley Hawks are finally on a roll.
Pick up a 14. You got to like the composure, too, of Peyton Underwood, a guy that's been quarterback now for, 3 seasons so far. Lathan around the right side again. Skirts the defense, and I don't know who was fighting on the other side there, but we had a block that was attempted that got pushed back about 7 yards out of bounds, but Lathan carries the ball for a gain inside the 30-yard line down to the 27.
It was interesting to see Brian Birchfield over there cross himself before the play. I was just curious, does he do this before every play? I know these are 2 Catholic schools, but man, he's taking advantage of it.
On a second down play now, and there was the clock that kept on going and going. With 90 ticks left to go in a rapidly played first half. On to the lay, it's Lathan, and Lathan's got the ball inside the 25-yard line, down to run the 23 as he goes down the near hash with a hit made on the play by Ty Newbert, a guy that is really a great story, too. When you look at 32, you think of somebody with that frame at 6'3" and about 250, he's got to be a senior. No, he's only a sophomore, and he's a returning starter and was second-team All-League last year. 10th play of this drive. Remember, the Stallions had one that was 10 plays and came up empty. And they needed about a yard for the first down. And we'll see if they got it. They're moving the sticks with 1 minute left to go. And remember, the Hawks may have a first down, but they only have 1 timeout left in their wallet right now. That's Ralston on the carry that time.
We've seen Roy Ralston playing a big role on the defensive side, but he's also kind of the leverage guy there on offense as well.
From the far hash, they go with that tight set with those non-existent splits. And looking long into the corner of the end zone, some contact, and the pass incomplete on the play. Looking for Ryan Perry for a third time, and I'm going to say that there was no advantage there with the contact, although there's a flag now. I see something at the 8-yard line here. Let's see. Maybe they are calling something. There's the hanky that's picked up. Nobody saw it at first. And we'll see what Mr. Maragos has to say. Gus comes our way and says what?
Holding, defense, 10-yard penalty from previous spot. Penalty yardage is first down.
So there you go. So the contact maybe was a little too much. It was not incidental, and we're going to go ahead and rule that a holding call, and we'll mark the ball down to the 11-yard line. Under a minute left in the half, and knocked around, and boy, again, a pass that was lucky that it was not picked off. Ralston was the intended receiver, but you had 3 Stallions in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it looked like DeSales had 2 opportunities to be able to pick that ball off. Again, looking off to the left, coming back here with the screen back into the right, and you can see the read that they were able to make. And Asher Hales, the defensive end, number 99, had his first opportunity there. If he gets his hands on that ball, Randy, it is smooth sailing for a touch.
Their best defensive end so far this year. He had 18 solos, 8 assists, 11 tackles for loss in the first 5 weeks. Quick pop, and the pass too strong for Lathan with 27 seconds left to go. So the teams have had a tendency here to break down inside the 15-yard line. It's going to set up now with 27 seconds left to go. A third down situation for the Hawks. All right, what do you do here, Jeff?
Well, it's a good look at Coach Birchfield across the way.
Woody Underwood next to him, and Brad Birchfield looking to Woody and saying, what do you want to do?
What are we doing, Coach? This is frustrating, I know.
Talking to Chris Sawyer up here in the press box in the booth to our right, their offensive coordinator.
Well, both teams have excelled between the 20s, Randy, but it just seems like there's saran wrap keeping them out of the end zones.
Who will be the first to close on a third down? Quick pop across. Oh, pass is picked off, and boy, there was contact in the end zone. Why are you running out of the end zone? Pass is picked off on the play by the Stallions. Coming up with the football is number 25, Elijah Charles, a guy that was not listed in the starting lineup.
He just realized his mistake. Elijah Charles, who has the big turnover here. All you got to do is take a knee, and you're going to get the ball out at the 25-yard line. And there you are. Take your knee. Now we're not sure what we're doing.
And then he tries to down it and downs it at the 1-yard line. So it's not going to make that big of a difference here with only 19 seconds remaining.
DeSales.
But DeSales is going to take a timeout.
So the Stallions take a timeout with 19 ticks left. We'll step aside as well, too, here on the CW Columbus.
Again, that's Saturday, October the 15th. Visit the school's website for ticket information.
Folks, coming up, it's the Door Depot Halftime Show. Discover how a wish is coming true tonight for a DeSales cheerleader and how she's helping to pay forward the kindness others have shown to her. It's all coming up on the Door Depot Halftime Show. So, for Elijah Charles, a young man who likes cooking, solving puzzles, and chemistry, and shares a birthday with yours truly, by the way, he has created a puzzle. Instead of at the 20, his team has the ball just past the 1-yard line. And I think, Ryan Wiggins and company were saying, look, keep it simple. Just burrow our way out. We'll go down. Let's see if the Hawks burn one more time out or not, if they just say, let's call it a half.
Why not?
Make him snap it one more time?
Hey, you never know when there's going to be a fumble.
Timeout. Hartley.
So they'll make him do it one more time. The Hawks.
That is their third and final timeout of the half.
Indeed, exhaust their timeout. So with that being said, we're going to step aside and hear from our good friends at Toyota.
This new Toyota Tundra is amazing. It's rugged and capable.
Designed, engineered, and built right here in the USA.
And Tundra is more powerful and more fuel efficient.
The iForce Max hybrid powertrain delivers 437 horsepower.
And with the multi-terrain select, no matter what the conditions are, it automatically adjusts the engine throttle and traction.
While the crawl control modulates the throttle and brakes.
When we say you can go anywhere and do anything,
Tundra really means it.
Yeah.
Toyota. Let's go places.
I hearken back to the Elijah Charles pick. Did you notice about 2 yards deep in the end zone, somebody got absolutely drilled? I was watching to see if they led with the helmet, but the contact was so severe, yet everybody walked away from it. There was so much going on, so many moving parts in that play. And now, if you're the Stallions, you just want to keep it simple right now. Make sure you've stayed out of the end zone, and we're going to play to something we've not seen all season, a scoreless first half.
Going to sneak up under center again. P.J. Knowles will do nothing but just take a knee here.
And 24 minutes later, we have a draw between two teams that are 2-3. Two teams trying to make a statement in the first week of Central Catholic League action. And I've never seen, to my knowledge, a DeSales Hartley game that has been scoreless after the first two quarters. And two teams that we mentioned looking to grind it out and find the elixir. And Jeff, both have had opportunities. Most recently, it was the squad from Bishop Hartley with a chance coming up empty. So at the break, we are scoreless. Hartley DeSales, week number 6. The Door Depot halftime show just around the corner. We'll take a break on Central Ohio Toyota Dealers Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College in one place, right here on the CW Columbus. Okay, that'll be included in that segment? Okay. Copy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
battling cancer and chose her selfless wish after learning that not all children and families have access to the same technology while in the hospital. Jocelyn's mom told us that Jocelyn turned down a wish to go to Hawaii because she couldn't imagine sitting on a beach knowing when she could be using her wish to help someone else. She hopes to provide entertainment to kids undergoing outpatient treatments like blood transfusions and chemotherapy through her wish. We are so proud to grant Jocelyn's wish tonight, but before we do, we have a special announcement from St. Francis DeSales High School Principal Dan Garrick.
Jocelyn, you are a true inspiration to the St. Francis DeSales High School and Bishop Hartley High School communities. The St. Paul community and St. Francis DeSales High School families have been truly blessed by you, your sisters, and your parents. Thank you for being an incredible example of what it means to be a servant leader. Just a few short weeks ago, when you and your classmates from the class of 2026 walked into our school, I challenged you during your high school journey that you should strive to live the charism of our patron saint, to be who you are meant to be, and to be that well. Thank you, Jocelyn, for embracing that challenge at such an early stage, and in so doing, you have made us all better. It is my honor to introduce the Bishop of the Diocese of Columbus, Bishop Earl Fernandez, who would like to share a few words.
Welcome back to the Door Depot Halftime Report. At the break, week number 6 in CCL action. Hartley and DeSales are scoreless. Down at the 50-yard line right now, a very special check presentation is being made. That young lady on your screen there, her name is Jocelyn Green. She is suffering from cancer. But they offered her something special, Make-A-Wish did, to go ahead and have a great time with her family. But she said, no, I want to help others. So DeSales students got involved when they heard about her mission, and Hartley students got involved as well, too. And right now, they're making a check presentation by her back to Make-A-Wish. She didn't want the money for a special vacation for her family. She wanted to do something else. She wanted to help others. And now we have a chance to learn more about her story because I had a chance to talk to her, her family, representatives from Make-A-Wish and DeSales High School a little earlier tonight. And welcome back to the Door Depot Halftime Report. So you wonder about the kids of today. Do they have any heart? Do they have any courage? Boy, do we have a story for you. We are joined here at halftime by about 6,000 people for a very special story. We're going to start with this young lady. Her name is Jocelyn Green. And Jocelyn, Make-A-Wish wanted to give you a wish that you wanted. And initially, what did they offer you?
Anything I wanted, like a vacation or a pool.
And they wanted to allow your family to go to Hawaii for a vacation. But what did you tell them?
I said I just wanted to give the money back to the hospital I go to for treatment.
And Mom, Alina, what did that mean to you to hear your daughter say that?
Just that her whole spirit is true and good.
And who is to the outside of you here? Is this the lovely and talented Charlie and sisters as well, too? Introduce the rest of the family here.
This is my dad, and then this is my middle sister Jillian and my oldest sister Juliana.
So you didn't want to lay on a beach. You wanted to make sure other kids had what? Technology and internet capability at Children's Hospital, did you not?
Yeah, because you have to wait there for so long, and there's not much to watch on TV, but I wanted them to, have, stuff to do.
And I don't know how to say this, but Dan Garrick, did this move you to tears, the principal here at DeSales, to hear this young lady wanted to do this?
It absolutely did. I've been affiliated with the school for 36 years, and Jocelyn epitomizes the essence of who we are. The whole Green family. We are so proud of Jocelyn. Her mother captured it beautifully. She's the essence of the spirit of our school. Her classmates, her peers came forward in collaboration with Bishop Hartley. I think it's a wonderful testimony to Catholic education. And it starts with the family, then it went to St. Paul,
and then we're blessed to have it at St. Francis DeSales now.
Katie Farrell is here from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Katie, when you heard this story, could you believe somebody wanted to give back anything to you guys?
I got to tell you, our Wish kids never cease to amaze us. We have more and more kids like Jocelyn willing to give their wish to someone else, and that just is a testament to how incredible our Wish kids are. They've gone through so much themselves, and yet they still think of others.
And Dan, the fundraising is ongoing, but where do the numbers stand right now?
Oh, my goodness, we're over $10,000. To your point, there will be more that will be raised tonight.
Jocelyn, is there a final message you want to give to the folks? Because I understand you're still undergoing chemo, are you not?
Yes.
What's your message?
Just thank you for everyone for all this support, and it's just amazing.
She's still in current treatment. She takes chemo pills daily. She goes in monthly for treatments. This month was 5 days, and we would drop her off at school, pick her back up, take her to Nationwide, bring her back to school. So she will be doing this until January 18th of 2024.
Not that you're counting. So it's halftime right now. Before we take a break here, would you like to do a cheer for your Stallion teammates? Just go Stallions, maybe?
I don't. Yeah, go Stallions.
There you go. She had to be prompted. The kids of today are not what you think sometimes. God bless you and God bless her. Thank you for joining us here at halftime. It's time now to check out our Scholar Athletes of the Week.
Ohio Education Association is proud to recognize Central Ohio's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Olivia Ettenhofer earned 2 varsity letters in volleyball at St. Francis DeSales High School. She's Student Council Vice President and carries a 4.2 GPA. Bettel Getahoon is captain of the field hockey team at Bishop Hartley High School. She's a member of the National Honor Society and is taking many AP and honor courses. Congratulations to these outstanding Ohio Education Association Scholar Athletes.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay. Yep. Wow. Okay. Okay. Got the copy. All right. And welcome back to the Door Depot halftime report. We're at Alumni Stadium, and here at Alumni Stadium at the break, nothing going on. We're scoreless between these two teams, and 7 of their last 8 games, by the way, have been decided by 7 points or less. Right now, you can't get any closer than a scoreless tie at halftime. Time now to check out scores from other games in week number 6, and let's take a look at the scoreboard right now. Delaware Hayes on top of Kilbourne by a count of 14-3. Hayes allowed 34 points to Westerville North last week. Kilbourne struggled on offense. Well, Kilbourne has taken 10 of the last 11, by the way, in this series. 14-3 the tally there. Logan Elm on top of Fairfield Union, 13-7. Fairfield Union at 2-3. Logan Elm at 4-1. Fairfield Union has dropped 2 straight. Logan Elm enters on a 4-game winning streak, flanking Circleville last week, 21-0. Other games, a bit of a surprise. Grove City is for real. In fact, they're first in computer points in Division I Region 3. They're tied at 14. Both teams 4-1. New Albany fell for the first time last week, being shut out by Liberty 27-0. Greyhounds on a 3-game winning streak took down Marysville 48-35 last week. Second quarter in that contest. Darby and Marysville 10-7 the score in that one, and you can see that Marysville is a team that comes in at 3-2. Darby also 3-2. Marysville won last year's meeting 21-14 in overtime. Darby riding high in a 3-game winning streak, but down by 3 in the second quarter right now in that contest. The Battle of Olentangy's, Berlin on top of Olentangy 14-0 in that contest. Both teams 3-2. Berlin knocked off Davidson last week. Their defense is allowing 14.6 a game. And you take a look at Olentangy. They won big last week, 41-27 over Central Crossing. Not a surprise here. Pick Central, even if they're struggling sometimes, going to handle the Newark Wildcats 21-0 to tally in that one. Both teams, ironically, coming in 2-3. Central won that game last year 67-0. 21-0 in the second quarter of that one. St. Charles Bishop Watterson. Apparently it's going around in the CCL. They're scoreless in that contest in the first quarter. St. Charles fell to Washington last week 50-21. Watterson got by their squad last week. Whitehall 52-6. Taze Valley, Hamilton Township also scoreless in that game. 3-2 for Taze Valley. Hamilton Township's only played 4 games. Remember, COVID kind of affected them with their opponents. Thomas Worthington, could they be for real? Dublin Jerome is a team that comes in at 5-0. Thomas is 4-1 right now. It is the Cards on top of that one. Thomas Worthington on a 2-game win streak. Jerome won the meeting last year 30-0. And in a battle of Westervilles, South on top of North 21-0. North fell last week to Hayes 55-34. South 4-1. We saw them earlier on Friday Night Rivals. Had a big win over Big Walnut last week, 31-24. They're right now approaching halftime, 21-0 South over North. And that's Civil War in Westerville. Well, I want to remind you, too, that we always have a chance to talk to both head coaches. Earlier, I had a chance to talk to Brad Birchfield of Hartley and DeSales head coach Ryan Wiggins. And I asked each of them what this contest means each year to play their rival, and also talk a little bit about their teams as well.
A lot of excitement, a lot of passion. The kids at both schools are really excited to play. It's meaningful. Parents know each other. Long, storied histories between the two programs. Obviously, a lot of state accolades between the two programs. I think everybody around the state, when you talk about, Hartley and DeSales playing this week, they all know and it all perks up. So it's an important game. It's going to be a great game. We've had a lot of pieces in there, so we're excited to get those pieces going. As kind of as typical, it takes us a little bit of time to figure out how to use everyone where we're using them. So still work in progress, but we've been able to sneak in a couple where we scored some points, and looking forward to getting better.
It's a huge game. It's a huge game for both communities. I think our kids know each other well, and they've played against each other growing up. The games have been great games. They've been right down to the wire. And it's had CCL implications many of the years that we've played. So it's a great game, a great community. It's exciting for everybody. Well, Avery's meant a lot. When you look at the rushing touchdowns we've had, I think 8 on the year, and he's had 6 of them in one way or another, whether it was scrambling or running. But we know he's good with the ball in his hands. He's proven that. And so hopefully we can find ways to get him more touches.
These conversations brought to you by Music Go Round. They can help with all your instrument needs at 2630 Bethel Road in Gahanna inside the Stone Ridge Plaza. New Albany late field goal. They lead 17-14 over Grove City. We're at the break right now. Scoreless in this one. Zip. In week number 6, we'll take a break here on the CW Columbus. Okay. Okay. Welcome back to the Door Depot halftime report. At the break, scoreless between Hartley and DeSales. Welcome back to Alumni Stadium. High atop in the press box, Randy Reinhardt, Jeff Logan. You know, life is cyclical. Early on, we talked about two teams that had to grind to make things happen. I think they were grinding in the first half, yet nothing happened in the first 24 minutes.
Yeah, there was plenty of grinding that was going on, Randy, and most of that grinding going on between the 20-yard lines. They ran into problems, both teams, when they got themselves into the red zone, and you're going to see it right here with the turnover starting early in the football game, and it looked like DeSales was going to roll.
Rory Rolston coughed it up and scooped up by the Stallions. Dead. Solid defense by Hartley up the middle, inside the 10-yard line, shuts them down, and Garlock again, thinking he's going to score around the left side, but not going to happen.
Yeah, stop number one, stop number two, and unable to get the ball into the end zone. And then here's a last attempt on a third down situation, nearly picked off. And now we've got a missed snap on a field goal. Randy, all kinds of issues inside the 20-yard line.
Then Elijah Charles on the spot to make the pick and go, oops, 2 yards out of the end zone, but still negates any scoring drive by the Hawks. Numbers in the first 24 minutes of action. You take a look at the total offense, and Bishop Hartley with the nod. Most of those coming in the second quarter, up by 30 yards there. But the bottom line is a couple of turnovers by the Hawks were scoreless after 24 minutes.
Last time I checked in football, there are no style points. No. So you got to get the ball into the end zone. The two turnovers have really had an impact on the Hartley Hawks.
Quarter number 3 around the corner. Stick around for that. Should be a lot of fun right here on the CW Columbus. Okay. All right. Jeff has given up his headset though already. So, card 7.
How's the school year off to a good start?
There they are, the St. Francis DeSales Marching Band. This is a band filled with amazingly talented musicians, so their fans love them. And that's why we are happy to put the Music Around Marching Band spotlight on them now for everyone to see, those stallions marching on the field. Just about ready for the start of the second half. I am joined by special guests all over the place. Now, here at halftime, we're honored to have somebody up here that I've met before, Jim Jones, who is the commissioner of the CCL. Gentlemen, turn around. And the bishop here of the Central Ohio Diocese, the one and only Bishop Earl Fernandez. Folks, welcome to the CW Columbus.
It's great to be here. Thanks,
now,
Randy.
Bishop, I understand you are a huge football fan.
I am, and I grew up in Toledo, Ohio. I went to St. Francis DeSales High School up there, all-boys school, 800 guys there, and Friday nights in Ohio, football was the thing. You know, up there in October already, it's freezing, and so there's nothing like being in a crowded stadium, hearing the band play, burning your lips on hot chocolate, and watching some great football.
Here's your Buckeye State Bank kickoff there. It's going to dribble inside the 20-yard line, scooped up there by the Hawks, giving ground. The ball is free, scooped up again by Hartley, twice on one return, and that is Lathan who's got it up to the 25-yard line. So I've got to ask you, Bishop, who are you favoring here tonight?
Well, it says in the scriptures, God shows no partiality.
Okay.
So I just hope and pray everybody has a great time and nobody gets hurt.
Jim Jones, the commissioner of the Central Catholic League. Great times right now for the league, is it not, sir?
Absolutely. Randy, this week really kicked off all action throughout the Central Catholic League. Last night you saw a great 5-set match between the Waterson Eagles and the Hartley Hawks in volleyball, and the win went to the Eagles in a thrilling 5-set match.
It is a Home Appliance Solutions first down. That is Lathan, the freshman running back, on the carry and spins out to the 26-yard line. Short gain on the play. Jim, it says a lot for the fact that both of these teams can start freshmen and sophomores on offense and defense as well, too.
It's amazing. The talent that you see in our young people really starts at the feeder school level, and the development that they work through summer after summer, and they're ready when they get to the high school level.
Bishop, we thank you for your leadership, too, and I understand it was quite combative when Notre Dame took on Ohio State recently, correct?
It was, and so in the morning I had Mass at the Cathedral for all the Notre Dame alumni and their Merrick Leadership Program, the Alliance for Catholic Education. I went down to the athletic club and schmoozed with the Irish fans. But then I had tickets given to me by an Ohio State benefactor, so I was on the Ohio State fan. I went with it on the Ohio State side for the game. The day after I got the Buckeye tickets, Holy Cross priest offered me 2 more, but I didn't take the bribe, so I had to say, go Bucks, go.
Lathan on the carry out to the 34-yard line. They need another yard on this third down play, and they will burrow across the 35-yard line, but then get pushed back as well, too. Had to break the plane to the 35-yard line. They're going to say it's enough for a first down. So, Jim, as we let you go, just surmise what's going on right now with the CCI. I know these are exciting times for the league, is it not?
Absolutely. When you look across the board, it's been a great fall already. You look at a young man like Vaughn Harbor here from St. Francis DeSales High School, shoots a 63 and breaks the course record at Lancaster Country Club. We're expecting big things from him in the state tournament, as well as Leo Walling from St. Charles. And it'll just build right into a great winter and a great spring.
Gentlemen, we thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us. Bishop, thank you. It's always a treat to have the Bishop here, and we appreciate all that you do and your leadership, and this man's leadership for a long time as commissioner of the CCL.
Thanks, Randy.
Gentlemen, thanks for your time.
Absolutely.
False start is the call.
Down remains first.
All right. So despite the penalty, we'll move it back 5 yards, and it will still be first down, but move the ball back to the 31-yard line. And now I'm joined by more royalty. His name is Jeff Logan.
That was too high class for me.
So move it back to the 31-yard line. This time the Hawks go with 2 wide to the bottom of the formation. There's Wooten in motion. And a quick pop. Pass is complete out of the backfield. When you talk about a short little safe throw, you see at that time to Joey Wooten, Jeff, as he was about 4 steps away from Underwood and just kind of lofted it to him.
You know, Hartley with 2 turnovers in the first half, Randy, nearly having another turnover on that kickoff return. Yet they've been able to avoid the trap of turning that ball over onto the short side of the field. They've got the drive staying alive.
Conte with a nice hit on the play, and he's really done a great job all season for the Stallions. 25 solos, 13 assists. Young men who like Spanish and the outdoors. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Another quick pop here, a little bubble to the outside, and Perry. You know, in the first half, that was good for 33, and that was a good job by the Stallions to smell that one out.
Yeah, it looks like they made some adjustments. They're playing very aggressive on defense right now, understanding that it's very clear that Robert Lathan is a guy that can break it any time. So they're really paying attention to what's going on in that backfield.
Conte again making the hit is 12, meets 12. So mark the ball up past the 42-yard line. It'll be third down from there. One of the Hawks checking out to the far side of the field. Underwood brings him back up now with the Lathan in the backfield. And I asked how many times you thought he could carry it. And Jeff, you basically said as many times as needed. Walsh from the up back finds the gap across midfield down to the 45, maybe the 44-yard line. Big play on third down, and the Hawks will keep the drive alive.
That's the second obvious play of the game where I've seen this young man as a true freshman being able to scoot and accelerate. Watch him hop the field here. That's amazing. And that's something that a kid that's 14 years old is probably not going to be able to accomplish in a high school football game. And this kid, I think, is very, very exciting. Robert Lathan, 14 carries. 81 yards, as you see on your screen there, and a kid that is destined for a bright future here for the Hartley Hawks.
So he's matched the number of carries for the season in the first half and part of the third quarter in this contest. And takes it off the left side. Boy, did you see a couple of the blocks on the left side there? Isaac Asedu, when he leads, you lose the sunshine, or the moonlight in this case, because he can just block it out. Big number 77 leading this play. Watch him coming around here from the right side. And look at them just pushing bodies out of the way.
Yeah, just separating all of the blue jerseys over there and just creating room to be able to keep the drive alive.
This is the power football that the Hawks are known for, but a good job that time by the Stallions to bend it back. Defensively coming up to make the play was Seamus Bonte. Bonte helping to make the hit, the inside linebacker who's a returning starter, and also a wrestler who likes history, psychology, and he plays the bagpipes as well, too. How about that?
That's pretty impressive.
Jeff, you're talking about a 14-year-old running back. What were you doing at 14 years of age?
Well, freshman at North Canton Hoover, you weren't playing varsity football, I can promise you that. I mean, we were playing on Thursday evenings or Friday or Wednesday evenings.
Third and a couple, and I don't think they're going to make it. They try to get inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. I think forward progress will stop right at the 35. So now if you're the Hawks, 4th and 1, for some schools you'd question if they go for it. For the Hawks, it's not even an issue.
No, not a doubt at all, and I don't think you even mess with trying to hand the football off here.
Newbert with the hit on Ralston.
See if Peyton Underwood just gets up under center. He's a big, strong kid. He ought to be able to pick up the first down. And
maybe you try to draw him a little bit, too, and get him anxious and get a gift of 5 yards. Yep. Power formation, the Hawks have the first down. Boy, that's the kind of Hartley offense I'm used to seeing over the years. You just pick the last name. Woodley is the guy that always comes to mind for me. But just go between the tackles and fight it out. No splits in the line. Just find the little seam and pick up a couple.
There's no question that they've got the first down. Already moved the chains and a bunch of blue jerseys signaling the other way. Pretty good defensive stop. Ball came out loose at the end.
It's another Bryant Peters and Home Appliance Solutions first down at the 33-yard line as we melted half the third quarter off the clock. See if first 1 to 7 will win this game. As Ralston readjusting to a wing to the top. Quick pop. That's Ralston out of the backfield inside the 30. And rumbles down to around the 25-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. He had 4 catches for 54 yards coming into this contest. A guy that likes sports management, he says, because it will help him in his future endeavors. He's also the junior vice president class chief and also part of my brother's keeper as well, too. Now take a look at this to the outside. And again, the strength in those legs that he has just gets him away on the play from Jonathan Moss.
Yeah, good block out on the perimeter also by Joey Wooten doing the dirty work out there to create the opportunity. And the drive is alive, but Randy, we're getting near that scary zone, that red zone thing that these teams have both struggled with mightily tonight.
Officials timeout on the field. And I think we're going to converse with our back judge now.
May have been a clock issue.
Gus Maragos is going to talk to Kerry Allen. Yep, they're going to fix the clock. 5:21. 5:21 is what they want on the clock, as I relay the information from the officials, if that's okay. 5:21. Let's do the fingers again. Ready? Everybody at home. 5, 2, 1. There you go. And we've got it fixed. Another crisis averted. And it's another Home Appliance Solution first down to boot. How about that? And look at that set that time. You know, it's whenever you're in danger, how an animal will curl up and go into their little cocoon or shell. It's kind of what the Hartley Hawks do. When they feel damaged or endangered at all, they go into that tight phone booth formation and just try to pound the living heck out of the defense.
Yeah, it seems like on every play at the end, there are 20 guys on the pile. You know, maybe one white jersey, one blue jersey not participating in the play. But my goodness, there is just a massive pile of humanity there at the end of each play.
A check of the wristbands for the Hawks. Underwood's got him with a second down and 8 from the 21-yard line. It is Lathan. Slides just inside the 20, so that puts him just inside the red zone. And as the Hawks have the ball inside the Bathfitter red zone, you can transform your bathroom in one day. Get started at bathfitter.com.
Well, if I've got a kid like this, I want him on the perimeter.
14th play of the drive again.
Yeah, we've seen long drives. We've seen nobody, though, be able to put it into the end zone. 4-down territory, certainly for the Hawks here.
With the ball touching the 19-yard line. Don't ask for whom the bell tolls. Unless they ring the bell again. They need a half dozen. Wing to the bottom. The wideouts are window dressings. Or are they? Not this time. And that time, he just has to toss in the turf. So they try to toss it that time to one of the wideouts. And again, once you're outside that area, you can go ahead and do that. So they rule that an incomplete pass, not grounding. And with that being said, it's 4th down. So much to tell you about, including our game next week when we head to Johnstown as the Johnnies take on the Green Wave of Newark Catholic. Ryan Aiello and company, Coach Carter doing the job with the Johnnies. Looking forward to that game as we head out to Johnstown. Do you need directions?
I don't. I've been to Johnstown before with you. Really love the community up there and the work that they do, and great support. And Newark Catholic, obviously, a terrific football program.
And Johnstown's going to be a growing community, too, with Intel. And the quick pop at the 10-yard line. Pass is incomplete, and boy, the pass was there. That's a tough one as Perry was open, and the pass falls incomplete, so the Stallions dodge a bullet. They'll get it back. 3:56 left to go in the third. Somebody's got to score. We'll find out who on the CW Columbus. So football combines with ping pong. We go back the other way now as DeSales will have the ball. 3:56 left to go in the third. Scoreless. Two teams that came in 2 and 3. DeSales, according to my stats, led the series 21-13-2. Last year, Hartley won 24-18 in a game we did right here. They played 3 times in 2020. Remember the COVID year, you were scheduled twice, and then they met again in the playoffs, and DeSales won all 3. But again, 7 of the last 8 games have been decided by 7 points or less.
Hey, Ray, that's a second 14-plus play drive by Hartley tonight, coming up empty. And, oh, by the way, DeSales has had one, too, of 14-plus, and nobody able to cash in.
With the ball at the 19-yard line, first down for the Stallions. And look at that pressure, and somehow getting away was Caruso. I thought they had him corralled back at the 15-yard line, but took that diagonal route and got it up near the 20-yard line before he's brought down on the play. And one of the players at the bottom of the pile for the Hawks is going to have to check out, and that's Joey Wooten coming up without the helmet. So he will check out. Take a look one more time. Again, the pressure is there right on the outside there, but a nice little juke to the inside is waiting for him there. It was number 86, and that's Brendan Larry. So with that being said, it's going to be now second down from the 21-yard line. Brendan Loretta's a guy, too, when you look at him, 6'4", 235, and a guy that had plenty of experience last year. And he's but a junior on that line. Plays on both sides of the line, if you will, for the Hawks. Can also play as like that wingback, too. Nice little move to the outside, down the sidelines, and wow, contact there. You're out of bounds. But Caruso with a quick burst says he got waylaid on the play by big number 20. That is Donovan Tucker.
Yeah, pretty good lick along the play. I want you to watch the block here right on the perimeter. Right there, great block. Picked up by Avery Garlock. That's what created the opportunity. And you can see the hit by Donovan Tucker, the free safety, coming up to make the play. It only weighs $150, but man, he delivered it.
Hit like he was 250. Third down and 1 now from the 28-yard line for the Stallions in a rapidly played contest. Numbers on Gabe so far in this contest.
Grinding. We talked about grinding all night. Those are grinding numbers.
That's Walker in motion, bottom to top. They need 1. And boy, if they got 1, that's all they got. They had to get it past the 29-yard line. That Hawk defense, stellar there, trying to stand him up. And Caruso walking with the ball across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So, yeah, I got enough for the first down, and the officials agree.
Just in case the officials needed some assistance, Gabe Caruso, the senior out there directing things. A year ago in 21, 7 touchdowns for Gabe Caruso, 1 touchdown so far in the 22 season.
Dean Marini said that waltz he did to the 33 was the yaw, yards after whistle. instead of yards after catch, right? Because he took the ball up to the 33, just so everyone could see he had the ball and had a first down, and they have it at the 30 on this home appliance solution first down. And that's Garlock to the outside. Got a seam down the sidelines, has the first down, picks up about 15 on the play before he's drilled near the sidelines by Murphy.
A little surprised there wasn't a late hit there.
There's a flag resting, though, at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to bring this one back.
And there's one at the 35-yard line. We got a couple of flags. There's the 35-yard line flag. Holding.
We have 2 holds on the offense. 52, offense hold. 85, offense hold. We'll accept the first hold at 52.
Bad combination there. Bad combination there. To
see, if you're the second guy caught holding, you'd say, I didn't do anything because they penalized the first guy. Take a look.
Don't know if we'll be able to see any of it. You see 52 there. That looked like a pancake to me. That didn't look like much of a hold. And there you can see a holding out there on the perimeter. Great shots again by our crew. And there's the late shot out of bounds that they didn't throw the flag on that I thought deserved one.
That's Maragos and Cruz staying busy.
Still first down.
All right, thank you. Mark the ball back to the 17. 2:35 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, big number 52, Rayshawn Benton. 6 foot 285 junior. I thought he did a pretty nice job of delivering the pancake there. Have another equipment problem.
So checking into the contest now for the Stallions is Liam Harmon. A guy that could see time on defense too, plays in the secondary. First down at 23. And Garlock not going to find much. Boy, we are just slugging it out now.
Yep. See if they get Gabe Caruso back into the game. He was the one that had to come out off the field for one play at least. He'll still stay on the sidelines. Randy, P.J. Knowles only threw 5 pass attempts in the first half, 2 out of 5 passing for 29 yards. Yet to put the ball in the air, as I think here in half number 2. Has he thrown it? Nope, he has not. So being very conservative with the sophomore quarterback.
Well, they need yardage, though. They're at the 18.5-yard line. They need to get it out to the 40-yard line for a first down. So second down and just about 22 yards to go now. And coming in motion, bottom to top. And had a gap on the play was number 13, Neil Godfrey, but lost his balance as he crossed the 25-yard line. Good motivation and acceleration by that young man coming back around from bottom to top.
Yeah, Godfrey, a senior, has got pretty good wheels here. Randy turns it up inside on the jet sweep. Had he been able to keep his balance a little bit further, Randy, he probably could have extended that play even more, but they still have 3rd and 15.
So what do you do here? Do you actually put the ball up? You got 3 receivers at the bottom, 1 to the top, 1 back in the backfield.
Love to see your right-handed quarterback, 6'4" kid, roll to the right, roll towards us with 3 receivers here at the bottom of the screen.
Elgin is their favorite deep threat.
Here it comes.
Going back the other way, a throwback to the 30, down the sidelines, and able to stay and bounce. What a job by Caruso down the sidelines.
Boy, what a play call there. We saw it. It was successful in the first half where they set it up, making look everything is coming to the right, and the throwback over into the short side of the field, and this is nothing short of miraculous. Keeping his balance, not only getting the first down, but almost taking it all the way to the house. Look at that. Maintained his ability by tight roping the sidelines, and he's touchdown saving tackle.
Fred Astaire would be envious. 55 yards on that gain. You can see 70 altogether, and that's the kind of play you just want to sit and watch. They're inside the back to the red zone. First down and 10 from the 11. They can get a first down at the 1. Garlock glides inside the 7 to the 6 and spins down there. So once again, we've got a team in the red zone. This time it is DeSales for the 3rd time with a chance to score. And that may be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So we have played 36 minutes scoreless when we've been playing inside the 20s. Will somebody dent the scoreboard in the 4th stanza? It is the first week of CCL action. That guy is hoping for a strong stand from his defense. The near sidelines, they're looking for offense. So far, it's been the ability to score, but not the ability to finish. Scoreless after 3, week number 6. Fourth quarter coming up on the CW Columbus. It would not be football without the band, and the Bishop Hartley Marching Band is outstanding. We are happy to put the Music Around Band Spotlight on them right now. Congratulations to the Bishop Hartley Hawks and their band. Here we go. Fourth quarter. We have been here before inside the 10-yard line. It is 2nd down and 4 from the 5 for the Stallions. Knowles hands it off. Garlock, not going to happen. Brought down at the 5. Good job by that defense coming through. On the play was Devin Cook to make the hit. Big number 8.
Not much room there running into the short side of the field. Let's not get too conservative down here. You got some really good athletes. Avery Garlock, Gabe Caruso in there. Get them the ball on the perimeter. Give them the opportunity to be able to get out there and make somebody miss and get the ball into the end zone.
No gain on the play. Elgin, you see window dressing wide to the top, one wide out to the bottom as well, too, on his 3rd down and 4 from the 5. Cruiser's the wide out to the bottom. 2 backs in the backfield for Knowles. And they're going to get it inside the 3 to the 2-yard line. And, Jeff, I don't think they have enough for the first down.
Looks like it's about a foot short of the first down, Randy, and going to bring up a very familiar circumstance. 4th down. It's like a long yard to go where they've got it marked.
Caruso carried a defender the last yard and a half.
He really did. And see the brain trust over on the DeSales sidelines. And it looks like they're going to try a field goal. They tried this once before earlier in the game, wondering if 3 points will be enough to win this game. Had a high snap. Mishandled it. This is nothing more than an extra point, though.
Joey Bangert. We've got a whistle and timeout on the field here.
Timeout.
DeSales going to burn a timeout.
They're first of the half.
Thank you very much. And with that being said, we'll step aside for a word from Toyota.
This new Toyota Tundra is amazing. It's rugged and capable.
Designed, engineered, and built right here in the USA.
And Tundra is more powerful and more fuel efficient.
The iForce Max hybrid powertrain delivers 437 horsepower.
And with the multi-terrain select, no matter what the conditions are, it automatically adjusts the engine throttle and traction.
While the crawl control modulates the throttle and brakes.
When we say you can go anywhere and do anything,
Tundra really means it.
Yeah.
Toyota. Let's go places.
So you look at the clock. It says 10:36 left to go. Do you believe in deja vu? We've been here before. The Stallions had a chance, Jeff, but a high snap foiled their field goal attempt.
Yeah, not even an opportunity here to make anything happen. And fortunately, it didn't get worse than that. They at least covered the ball. But, Randy, this is nothing more than an extra point. So far in this game for the DeSales Stallions rushing the football, number 2, Garlock, number 5, Caruso have combined for 28 carries and 84 yards. Again, I will use the word, that is grinding.
they have almost as many yards between those two as receivers as they do as rushing.
Now we're
threats.
going for it.
They changed their mind. They spread it out. Look at that spread on the offense. And it's Knowles, and where does he go? He needed to get to the 1. Yes, they kept him out of the end zone, but
celebrate
they
all
could
they
have
want.
a first down.
Hartley is not. I think they've got the first down, Randy.
Yeah, it has to be to the 1 yard line. The Hawks were celebrating because they stopped the touchdown, but they did not stop the first down.
Yeah, they did not. I don't think they had any idea.
You know, we haven't had a measurement in 4 weeks, and we may have one tonight. We'll see. But look where they marked it. I thought he was even closer to the goal line.
It's inside the 1 yard line. I think they're going to have, without question, the first down.
Well, the temperature has dipped outside as well, too. Fall has arrived. And here come the sticks. Remember back in 2020, we had no measurements with COVID. There's the extension of the chains, and
first down.
Barely a first down. They've got the first down, so the Hawks celebrated too early, and now the Stallions. Can they finish? First and goal from the 1 yard line. 10.5 left to go in regulation. Ryan Wiggins looks on.
I applaud the call by Mark Crabtree, going with the fake on the jet sweep and letting the big quarterback get down there. And you can see he positioned the ball. They got the ball all the way down to where the plane at the 1 yard line basically was broken, so it gives them the first down. Now let's see if they just hand the ball off to Avery Garlock going right up the middle. Avery's got the ball. He's going to be the Wildcat.
It is the Wildcat look. And he's going to hand it off to Caruso. And now Rugby breaks out to break the plane. They call it touchdown. 10-14 left to go. And it's a Ramos roofing touchdown. With 10-14 left to go, get your free estimate on a roof by calling or texting 614-761-ROOF. And we depth the scoreboard. The Stallions score first, 6-0.
Yeah, Gabe Caruso able to take the ball into the end zone. That's his second rushing touchdown of the season. Good push by that offensive line. And look who's in there pushing the pile now. Avery Garlock, who was in at the Wildcat. You can see the Hartley Hawks put up a great defense there, but he did break the plane.
So a change of mind, and I think they only have 10 on the field, don't they, or do they? They're going to have to burn a timeout.
Oh, that is awful.
Timeout. DeSales, their second half.
Not sure if they had 10 or 11, so they had a guy going out on the field, and they burned the timeout. The numbers on Caruso, the important number is the one in the third column there to the right where it says touchdown. As Jeff mentioned, his second on the campaign, and now they take the lead 6-0. He had a career high of 111 all-purpose yards against Berea Mid-Park earlier this season. Ryan Wiggins and company got to be happy that finally they've been able to get that score.
Yeah, having to burn their second time out here already, Randy, in a game that has been obviously very close. 6-0 here, pending the extra point try. And, you know, that was a situation of just getting caught up in the excitement and your special teams not ready to get on the field.
Extra point time now for Bangor. We thought he was going to attempt a field goal just about 2 minutes ago. See if the snap is better this time than the field goal try. There's the snap, there's the kick, it is up, and the converted touchdown on the board. 10-14 left, 7-0. Now, we're going to take a break and see what the Hawks can do with this possession. Time is dwindling. Do the Hawks have anything left in the gas tank? We'll find out together right here on the CW Columbus. Well, it takes 12 plays, but we've seen 14 play drives where it didn't work, but 12 plays works this time. And the Stallions able to get on the board. There's your kitchen saver scoring drive. The only one we've had tonight, Jeff. 12 plays, 81 yards, takes 5:42 off the clock. Get your dream kitchen in under a week with a free quote at kitchensaver.com.
Now, it's been a classic battle in this rivalry game. We've seen great offensive performance between the 20s. We've seen terrific defenses and a couple of turnovers to boot.
And you saw Lathan as one of the deep backs as well, too. Bangert with the honors, and we'll have a return.
Fair catch.
With the fair catch at the 22-yard line. So that's where the Hawks get it back, down by 7 in this contest. The biggest plays, the biggest schools, the best high school football. You get to see it first thanks to First Scores on Fox 28, sponsored by Spectrum. Catch it tonight at 10:45, only on Fox 28. All right, what has worked offensively for the Hawks in this contest?
Well, Randy, when they've had the ability to get the ball to the new starting running back, Robert Lathan, tonight, he's been pretty decent. But they've had no consistency because of the turnovers have really blown up in their face. So Peyton Underwood's got to take charge of this game, and I think they got to throw the football if they're going to be able to compete.
He's at 50% passing, you can see so far in this contest. And tooling around the outside on this Bowling Green State University first down. The Hawks will get the ball out across the 25-yard line, so they'll pick up about 3 on the play. Lathan on the carry again, and he has been the workhorse tonight for the Bishop Hartley Hawks. Coming into this contest, he had a grand total on the campaign of only 14 carries. He has more than surpassed that number here tonight in this game. Out to the 26, picks up 4. They need 6 more. And they have their full allotment of timeouts. Remember, they burned theirs early in the first half, but here they still have their 3 left in quarter 4. Lathan to the left side. Faking inside. Nice move to the outside. And the acceleration. Lathan down the sidelines and fighting and all the way down to the 22-yard line. It looked like there was going to be a tussle with he and Pekarsik for the football as he tried to reach for the football. And Lathan just kept going. Kind of stopped for a second, Jeff, to see what his options were. And then picked up another 5 yards.
Boy, great balance out there, Randy. He was able to get good blocking on the perimeter, but look at the acceleration. I've talked about it a couple times tonight, that this kid has got the ability to be able to accelerate. And Pisarcik, as you said, trying to fight for the football at a point in time when he should have just been taking the player down.
Pekarsik with the hit, but the gain, 52 yards. 1st and 10. Lathan, boy, hitting now with acceleration. We talk about accelerating into contact, and you saw that time as Robert took the ball on that left hash and got it inside the 20 to the 19, inside the Bathurst red zone.
Yeah, and this young man is getting his hand, got his hands full tonight in terms of his responsibilities out there. He got the surprise start tonight. Deontay Hubbard, who is the starting halfback, out with a sore ankle, and the freshman has been called upon, and he has been terrific tonight.
Hands on hip occasionally, though, because obviously he needs to get some rest out there, and he does in between plays. They picked up 3 on first down. From the 19 they go. He's got it out the left side. Nice cut outside, but a good job by that Stallion defense to flow and push the play to the outside. Sometimes you pinch, sometimes you flow to the outside, and that's what the Stallions did on that play.
Trying to bounce it out there is what a lot of young running backs are going to do and not allow things to develop in front of them. But I think he made a pretty good decision because filling in the middle, coming up on a blitz play was Jonathan Moss, the inside linebacker. He was there to stuff him, and that was a good decision by the young running back.
4 down territory, you got to believe right now for the Hawks. The ball resting at the 16-yard line. They need another 3. Again with the tight set. Lathan's got it. Got to the 15-yard line. He has to get to the 14, in fact, just inside of that, Jeff. So I think they've got a 4th down and a long, long one.
Got plenty of time to be able to think about a field goal here, Randy, but I don't think you're going to get it in a Hartley DeSales game. I think this is, guys, let's get rocking and rolling. This may be a timeout situation for head coach Brad Birchfield.
Donovan Davis limping just a little bit. The stalwart on the line at the right guard at 6'1 and 285. Last year started on the left side as the clock melts down. We'll see what he does. obviously to burn the timeout and come up with a play. And again, you don't need to go razzle-dazzle crazy. You need a yard and a half.
Timeout. Bishop Hartley.
So the timeout going to be taken by the Bishop
That's
Hartley
their
Hawks.
first of the half.
And they still have 2 more remaining with 6:47 left to go in this contest. And just a reminder that this Saturday there's only one way to prepare for game day, and it's with the best pregame tradition, the Football Fever on ABC6. Join Clay Hall and a roster of Buckeye Brain Trust, getting you ready for a primetime showdown in the shoe against the Cheesers. The Football Fever, Saturday at 11, only on ABC6.
Yeah, Ohio State getting a chance to open the Big Ten season against Bucky Badger, one of the elite programs from the Western Conference of the Big Ten, Western Division, I should say.
Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, a premier program. And I think Ohio State, from a speed standpoint, is a better football team. But Wisconsin is one of the best defenses in the country, and they've got a really good running back.
No need for speed here, but there is the yearn for a yard. And that time, do they get it? I think they might. We'll wait and see where they mark it.
Boy, it all depends on which one of the line judges they give it to. The top of the screen is a no. Bottom of the screen is a yes. They went to the top of the screen. This might be a no. Oh, they gave it to the other guy. Here we go. We'll see how this shakes out.
We've had one measurement the entire season.
And we're going to get another one.
And now we've had 2 in one game.
And I'm going to tell you what. I mean, those guys do the best job they can, but they have 2 differing views of how far that ball got downfield.
Boy, I don't know. This is going to be close.
I don't think they got it, to be honest with you.
You take a look at the replay. We'll look at the field, and we'll see the extension of the chains. And they put down the chains, and they are short.
I didn't think so. Jonathan Moss was out there to make the play, and he was able to stop the forward progress of quarterback Peyton Underwood. We'll look at that again. It was a terrific defensive play, but I want you to watch how Jonathan Moss is able to really tackle the football and pull it back so they could not continue to advance the ball. Watch again. Peyton Underwood has it. Now watch 28. We got the wrong look here. There we go. See if we can see him. He's pulling it back right there.
But keep in mind now, the Hawks still have 2 timeouts left.
Watch here again, Randy. I want you to watch Jonathan Moss, right bottom of your screen. Look at this. He stops the forward progress all by himself. And I'm going to tell you what that was. That's the weight room in January, February, and March for that young man being strong enough to be able to make that play.
BGSU first down for the Stallions from the 13-yard line, and they're not going to see the light of day past the 12. That Hawk defense ready for the onslaught there as Isaac Asadu coming through with some help, big number 77, to make the hit on the play. Going to move the ball back to the 11-yard line. They lose about 2 on the play. So, when a team defensively is firing like that, Jeff, how do you go against that if you're the Stallions?
Yeah, Randy, the perimeter, again, they're packing in. They're trying to keep things down. And you want to keep it simple for your sophomore quarterback over there. Don't do anything too crazy, but get your gifted running backs off tackle instead of always in the A-gap.
And you never know what can happen from the gun as well, too. 2nd down and 12 from the 11-yard line for Knowles and company. Hands it off. That's Caruso's got some speed, he's got some room. And does he stay in bounds? He fights to stay in bounds, and in fact he will at around the 17-yard line. Nice gain on the play. The 2 they lost, plus about 4 more.
That's getting the ball out on the perimeter. That's what I'm talking about, is giving those guys a chance to be able to get themselves going upfield.
But now it's 3rd down, awaiting the Stallions from the 17. They have to get it out past the 23. Big play here for both sides. That Hawk defense looking to hold right now. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. Stallions on top 7-0, have one ability to stop the clock. His cruiser is way wide to the bottom. Third down and nearly 7. And not a whole lot there up to about the 18-yard line. And that's about it. And pig number 77 again in the middle of everything. And I think, did he not just kind of let the football hit the turf there? back at the 18-yard line. Take a look at this one more time.
P.J. Knowles, he fakes it here.
Watch, he keeps it and lost it.
Oh, he did.
And they scooped it up himself.
Holy smokes.
So now, if you're the Hawks, you're probably going to get the ball with any luck here on the short side of the 50-yard line.
Boy, what a heads-up play there. Now, punt formation. Let's see if they go after the kicker.
Ballard standing back at his own 5-yard line.
Oh!
And over his head. And kick it out for the safety. And a flag, 2 flags on the play. So a high snap yields a safety, but we'll wait and see what the call is on the field. 2 different flags tossed out.
Well, second time there's been a snap problem. One on a field goal try, now on the punt. Not an opportunity. It's going to be a safety. There's no question about that.
Ryan Wiggins, curious as to what's going on down on the field.
As are we, Coach.
Snaps have been an adventure tonight for the Stallions. Guess, you know, if this happened before the snap, although it would have been a dead ball foul, so you think they would have whistled it dead then. But Gus Maragos talking to his cousin.
Appreciate the fact they're taking some time to make sure they get this right. And there's Coach Birchfield over there having a conversation.
Brad is already out on the field there. And Ryan Wiggins over on the near side, wondering what's going on as well, too. So we got Gus Maragos, our referee, umpire John Hitton, linesman John Phillips, line judge Paul Maragos, and Kerry Allen. Allen is the back judge. And let's see what Gus has. He's going to turn on the mic. Illegal touching?
We have illegal kicking by the kicking team. That results in the safety.
Assess that on the kickoff or not?
DeSales will kick off from the 20.
All right, so it'll just be the free kick scenario.
I guess I was unaware that you couldn't boot the ball out of the end zone like that. I thought he performed the drill. I think this has been coached. You know, if it's this way, you kick the ball out of the end zone. I mean, this is the way it's been coached, so I apologize to our listeners if I don't know about the penalty.
Well, the thing I don't know, I knew that would be a penalty, but I didn't know if you'd assess that penalty on the kickoff like you would do a lot of the other penalties. I thought maybe you would do that. But then again, remember on a free kick, you're kicking from the 20-yard line as it is. So if you're the Hartley Hawks, things have really turned around. Yes, you're down by 5, but you're going to get the ball. And again, on a short field, almost as if, Jeff, they would have punted the ball anyway.
Interesting circumstance.
So what do you go with here when you do this? Do you go with the punt, or do you go ahead and put it on a tee and tee it up from the 20-yard line?
Well, I can promise you the one thing they're not going to do is snap it.
Yes, thank you very much. I knew that was coming. 4:16 left to go. It's now 7-2. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning right now with the left-hander on the mound. And the Hartley Hawks defensively said, oh, yeah, that's right. We're the return team, and it's going to start from the 20.
I feel like I'm watching an Iowa football game.
How about that, huh?
Oh, man. Iowa's got to have the worst offense in college football. And to go with that, maybe one of the best defenses.
You know, I hearken back to a Hartley game that they won once by a count of 31-4 that I called against Academy. And that's because Hartley snapped the ball out of the end zone twice on punt attempts.
He's got the tee with him. Let's see if there's any conversation. There's not about assessing the penalty. They'll put it right at the 20-yard line for the free kick.
So the ball at the 20. You know, the only thing I would say about this is, you know, you've not been penalized anything. And in essence, you did what you wanted to do, and you still have to kick it from the 20 instead of the 10. I'd like to see that change. And on the return, across the 40 to midfield, down the sidelines to the 40, all the way down to the 38-yard line. But there's a flag on the play as Emoja on the return. Nicely done by Fidelis, but there's a flag back at the 44.
I'm wondering if they're going to call a crackback block.
Well, Brad Birchfield is incensed. As soon as they saw the flag, the Hartley sideline went crazy.
And I thought the kid that had the block out on the perimeter there did a great job. They've got a rule against crackback blocking on kick returns.
Blindside block by the receiving team.
Yeah,
15 yards.
That's the crackback block, the blind side. And we'll watch this again. You're going to see the top of the screen. You're going to see the block being made. Now, does 14 turn his head? Yeah, I thought there was plenty of time for 14 to be able to see that coming, but they did call that as a crackback or a blind side block.
So now first down for the Hawks. Lathan across the 30-yard line and out of bounds. So pick up a few yards and head out of bounds. So instead of having the ball inside the 40, they're inside the 30-yard line, if you will.
Yeah, we all understand the reason for that. It's for the safety of the football players so they don't have one of those slobber knocker kind of blocks where you blow somebody up on the outside. But I thought the Hartley Hawk return team did a really nice job of positioning themselves there. And I thought the DeSales Stallion young man had plenty of time to be able to see the blocker.
Second down and 7 now from the 32-yard line. Stallion readjusting their defensive front now, and on the delay, that's Lathan, and boy, good job by the defense to clog it right at the line of scrimmage. They get up to the 31, maybe the 32-yard line, and that's about it. Under 4 left to go. Jeff, this is 4-down territory for the Hawks now.
Boy, it makes you wonder, Randy, and right now you got to get your quarterback Peyton Underwood involved in throwing the football. Looks like we've got an injured player.
Now just slow to unsort the pile.
Well,
they thought maybe that the pigskin had flown free, but it had not. They're going to mark the ball up to the 32-yard line. So now that took a lot of time, too. It's a gain of a yard on the play. It's going to be third down. Now they need about 7 to move the sticks with under 3.5 left to go in regulation. Ralston on a wing. Wooten readjusting. Look at the strength to the right side. That's where Underwood's going to roll. And look, and gun the pass deflected at the line of scrimmage. Falls incomplete, so now it is fourth down. Good job defensively by the Stallions. And big number 28 coming up with the paw there. That's Jonathan Moss, who you talked about trying to get that fourth down play.
Trying to get the ball to Ryan Perry, his favorite receiver downfield. And Randy, this is where a quarterback has to make the adjustment when they see that pressure coming. That's one you're going to have to drop in over top of the defense. But again, talk about player of the game. I'm going to tell you what, that is the second time Jonathan Moss has had big plays against the Hartley defense. Or against the Hartley offense, excuse me. Had the big stop on fourth down, knocks it down there.
Fourth down and 7 with 3:10 left to go. And whistles and hankies before we start things. We could have a false start on the offense. That's going to make it fourth down and 12.
Dead ball, snap infraction on the offense. 5-yard penalty, fourth down.
Jonathan Moss, young man who started playing football in 4th grade at St. Matthew, likes fishing and hunting. U.S. government class, he likes history. Has a chance to make some tonight for the squad from DeSales.
Been a special night for that young man, and this is a big-time play because you figure that if the Stallions can stop them here, they should be in good shape.
Got an update on that block that we had earlier from Bo Rugg from the OHSAA. I'll go over that in just a second. Big play here, fourth down and a dozen. Underwood wants to throw. Looking, going long downfield, throwing it up for grabs. Had a man and just overthrew him. The 35-yard line looking for Perry. Bo says, by the way, all the blocker needed to do is block with his open hands to make that play legal. With that being said, we'll take a little oxygen now and hear from our good friends over at Toyota.
This new Toyota Tundra is amazing. It's rugged and capable.
Designed, engineered, and built right here in the USA.
And Tundra is more powerful and more fuel efficient.
The iForce Max hybrid powertrain delivers 437 horsepower.
And with the multi-terrain select, no matter what the conditions are, it automatically adjusts the engine throttle and traction.
While the crawl control modulates the throttle and brakes.
When we say you can go anywhere and do anything,
Tundra really means it.
Yeah.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Stallions win a crunch on this clock here with 3:03 left to go and a first down and 10 from inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground, get a nice gainer inside the 25 to maybe the 24-yard line. Get a note from Connie Richardson, legendary coach when she was running things for Otterbein, saying, watching the game, the quarterback, P.J. Knowles, is Diana Esterkamp's son. She was an exceptional player for her, and also now she's a head coach. So everybody's watching the game, getting notes from everybody. Yep. Nice gain on the play. Mark the ball at the 24-yard line. It's going to be second down from there. Second and 7 with 2.5 left to go. And right now, the Stallions looking to milk that clock. There are no play clocks here, so you have to watch that back judge. And when you see that arm go up, you've got 5 seconds left to get that ball off.
You think of all the coaching preparation that goes on, and you've got a young sophomore quarterback out there starting his very first game. And these are some of the intricacies of playing quarterback that you got to be aware of. And it looks like we're going to get a flag.
I think we have a timeout before the delay of game, but we'll see what they sort out here with 2:11 left to go.
Timeout. DeSales before the penalty for the delay of game.
Thank you very much. With 2:11 left to go
We're
here.
wondering why the back judge didn't raise his hand.
That's the third and final timeout.
Didn't appear to raise his hand over there.
Uh-oh.
There was a flash of...
I saw that. Could it be time?
It was a flash of excellence there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second half of every season, George, to my right here, George the prognosticator comes up with his big picks. Actually, Jeff Logan's Heroes. Who do you have for your top teams?
Well, these are my top 5 teams in the area going into tonight's games. And these are the ones I think can go deep into the playoffs. Jerome was losing to Worthington early on. Grove City, big battle with New Albany. Columbus East leading, or number 2, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and in region number 15, Division 4. Granville, again, a terrific football team. And Westerville South has been getting all over it this year, Randy. So those are my top 5.
Call him George because he's George Washington. He cannot tell a lie when he talks about high school football and his rankings. Although I think he picked the 5 wrong teams. On the handoff, it's Caruso inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. So, again, the Stallions helping out the Hawks there by having to burn a timeout with 2:05 left to go. Now, the clock should have stopped.
No, nobody called a timeout.
Yes, they're waiting.
Now they have.
Yeah, they called it about 5 or 6 seconds ago.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. They'll probably reset the clock, and here comes the official over to the sideline.
Timeout. Hartley.
So the Hawks burned the timeout, down 7-2, 2:01 left to go. And I think about 5 to 6 seconds evaporated off the clock. Let's see if they reset that or not. If you've missed the fourth quarter, we have a recap for you. Here you go. There is the surge, the push, as Caruso dents the goal line for the only touchdown in this game. Then Latham around the outside. Look at him go down the sidelines. Pekarsik trying to tackle the football. He gains an extra 10 yards. And then they go for it. As Underwood on the keeper and Moss able to make sure that he doesn't get there. And then, oops, over the head. And we'll kick it out of the back for the safety. 7-2, then the bomb downfield looking for Perry and just overthrown by about 3 yards on the play. And that's where we stand right now. With 2:08 left to go, DeSales trying to eat more of that clock, and the Hawks trying to get it back one final time. A third down play now. And the Hawks still have one timeout remaining. Off the left side. And it is Garlock down to around the 20-yard line. That's not going to be enough for a first down. Jeff, on 4th down then, do you go ahead and run one more play if you're the Stallions?
Absolutely. They're not going to do anything.
Bishop Hartley.
Not going to do anything that has to do with snapping the football or anything, Randy. So if they don't get the first down, obviously Hartley's going to get one more opportunity to be able to have the football here before the game is over.
We have to contemplate, Jeff, the player of the game. You like Moss for those 2 big plays.
Well, he's had a great night. I don't know how you pick a defensive player that hasn't made like a turnover or something, but those were 2 great plays in the fourth quarter. Offensively, you've got Avery Garlock and Gabe Caruso that I think have been outstanding. But it's above my pay grade.
All right. We'll see what happens here in the last 2:06 of this contest as Brad Birchfield looks on. And a very staccato contest here tonight. You just wondered what the one big play would be. And Moss made a couple big defensive stands for the Stallions when they needed them. But now can the Stallions do it one more time as the Hawks trying to hold one more time on a 4th down play and get the ball back on a 4th down. We'll call it a long 3 right now with 2:06 left to go. And they reset 5 seconds on the clock, by the way, from 2:01 to 2:06. On the ground, they'll keep it. Off the left side, they're not going to get it. Garlock's going to be brought down back at the 21-yard line, so the Hawks will get it back with a couple of minutes left to go in regulation.
Yeah, clock's going to stop on change of possession, and then they will restart the clock.
We are free of timeout, so to speak. Both teams have exhausted their full complement. All right, if you're the Hawks, what are you trying to do here?
Well,
the passing game has been difficult for them today.
It has been difficult, but let's remember on that last play, or last series, Peyton Underwood had Ryan Perry wide open on the post and just overthrew him. So maybe a little play action in the backfield, and you've got the dangerous running of Robert Lathan back there. Play action to Lathan, throw the ball deep.
From the 21, here they go on a first down play. Looks left, throws right, little bubble, near side, across the 24, and that is it. Out to the 25-yard line, and he is stuck right there. Big hit made on the play by Conte.
You know who your friend is right now? Mr. Sideline.
That's right.
You got to get to the sideline if you catch that football. Don't run the ball back into the middle. Clock continues to run at 1:38.
And remember, you can spike the football in high school football if you get the chance to. The Hawks right now need to pick up another 6 yards, though, to move the sticks. Under 90 ticks left to go. Man out of the backfield, and they're close to the 30-yard line. Is it enough for a measurement yet? Nope, they're going to say he's shy by about a yard, so it's third down and 1 from the 30.
Now, you can't take a lot of time here, Randy, getting plays called. Everybody's looking at their wristbands.
No timeouts left.
It's just taking a lot of time.
Right now, you have to be concerned with the first down and not a big play. They need 1. Quick pop, and the pass incomplete. So now you definitely have to think 1 yard first, and then anything after that, it's gravy. With 57 seconds left to go, it's fourth down and 1 from the 30.
Trying to get the ball to Joey Wooten, who was just doing a little button hook. They get lined up. A little bit of time here to get a play called because of the stop clock on the incomplete pass. 57 seconds, as you see on the screen, remaining. No timeouts.
7 of the last 8 decided by 7 points or less. That is the script here so far tonight. 4th and 1 from the 30 for Underwood and company. He keeps, and because of his frame and his push, he's got the first down. But as he continues to fight, he eats more of the clock as well, too. And now a timeout as they move the sticks. But again, once they're set, the clock will start again.
They're trying to get up and get lined up as quickly as they can, and this will be a quick snap, throw the ball down.
And
there
spikes
they go.
it.
Good call. Good decision there. That's your experienced quarterback over there, the senior, making the big play.
42 seconds left to go. Jeff, I like your talk about Perry as the wideout. The other thing you can play off of that, too, obviously, is the hook and lateral as well, too.
Well, we've already seen a play like that in Central Ohio go viral from week number 1. And in fact, what, it was Westville Central's only win of the season?
You saw Brad Birchfield looking for some divine intervention there as well, too. On a second down play, going long downfield, jump ball, and incomplete. Charles nearly had his second pick of this contest.
Yeah, and there's no reason that you have to intercept that football. Knocking it down is as good as anything, Randy. You know, you want to go up there and high point the ball, and clearly what you don't want to do is have a situation where you're trying to make the interception and the ball pops into the hand of somebody else. So no problem there. That was great defense.
Remember a couple of weeks ago we had the contest, Westerville South and Dublin Cider, where it came down to a Hail Mary on the last play. It should be third down. They've just corrected the sticks now because, remember, they spiked it on first down. So it's third down now and 10 with 36 seconds left to go in regulation. They drop 8 in coverage. There's the pass picked off on the play down the sidelines. And guess who? His second
number 2.
pick. I don't know. Mr. Charles with 2 plays might get his name in the record book as well, too. His second pick, and this time he didn't have to worry about running out of an end zone. He just took that ball out of bounds, and the Stallions will get it back with 28 seconds left to go.
And it looked to me like they were setting up the hook and lateral here. That's what they were attempting to do, and unfortunately for the Hartley Hawks, turnovers have been the issue.
After the interception, we have a blindside block. Number 6 of the intercepting team will go 15 yards from the spot of the foul.
Well, you think about the plays that Elijah Charles made. 2 picks in this contest, nearly 3. 1 to thwart a touchdown attempt by the Hawks, and he makes a second pick in this contest, and he's a little tired right now. And with that blindside block, it's going to move the ball out to the 41, but that's really a moot point because they're just going to take a knee and call it a game. Elijah Charles, the 6'2", 205-pound junior, 1 solo and 2 assists coming into this contest, Jeff, but 2 huge interceptions as they go into the victory formation now. Wouldn't you like the center and the quarterback to be closer together?
I know.
But still, they use the shotgun.
Especially the trouble they've had snapping the ball here.
And so that will do it as the Stallions get the victory. And they will go to 3-3, and the Hawks fall to 2-4. And time now to meet our player of the game. And because of the style of play, you look for the guy that would thwart things. Moss did it a couple times, but this guy, Mr. 25 on your screen there, Elijah Charles, was able to get 2 big interceptions and nearly a third, as we mentioned, and he gets the nod as the Stallions player of the game.
Well, Randy, there's the first interception, and made a little bit of a mistake taking the ball out of the end zone, but this was the one where you put the dog in the truck, boys. The hunt is officially over on the interception, and a game that ends with a final score of 7-2, it is appropriate for there to be a defensive player named as the player of the game.
Yeah, nobody's going to run for 200 yards in the game at 7-2. So with that being said, congratulations to Elijah Charles as he gets congratulations along the sidelines. And for the Hartley Hawks, a tough one. And now the Golden Heart Club of the Stallions swarming on the field. The jerseys that they're wearing are gold. They are in honor of Jocelyn Green, who we talked about before this contest, and we saw the feature at halftime. A moving tribute to that young girl and what she is giving back to the community. And that's what these two schools are known for, the way they care about each other, their passion for caring and understanding their purpose and place in life. With that being said, let's step aside and meet our Scholar Athletes of the Week.
Ohio Education Association is proud to recognize Central Ohio's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Olivia Ettenhofer earned 2 varsity letters in volleyball at St. Francis DeSales High School. She's Student Council Vice President and carries a 4.2 GPA. Bettel Getahoon is captain of the field hockey team at Bishop Hartley High School. She's a member of the National Honor Society and is taking many AP and honor courses. Congratulations to these outstanding Ohio Education Association Scholar Athletes.
Welcome back to Alumni Stadium. 7-2 the final. And Ryan Wiggins, the head coach of the Stallions, joins us down on the field. And it's a baseball score, and we thought it was apropos that a defensive player got the nod as your player of the game, so we gave it to Elijah Charles for 2 big interceptions. One maybe he shouldn't have taken out in the end zone, and the other one that he did take out of bounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything was hard to come by. Points were hard to come by. We had a couple chances where we didn't put points on the board. I'm sure they feel the same way, but it was a good, hard, old-fashioned CCL slugfest, and that's what we thought it would be.
I think one of the differences clearly in the game, Coach, is the fact that you guys did a good job of taking care of the football tonight as far as turnovers are concerned. How about your sophomore quarterback getting his first start, P.J. Knowles?
I was proud of him, really, to manage the game, and he made a good throw early on where we were able to flip the field and the screen. That's not an easy throw to make. I thought he managed the game. He read things well, and again, we moved the ball a little bit better than we have. Just didn't score, but we found a way. That's most important.
You're 3-3 now, and you've been moved up, whether you like it or not, to Division II. Can you go with about 5 victories and make the playoffs, do you think?
I think with the playoff expansion, you probably could. I mean, we've beaten some teams that are going to win their share of games now. So, but, a lot happens in the second half of the season, so we'll keep getting better and keep plugging away.
Well, he's a young man that turns 43 on September the 28th. We have a birthday present a little early for you. The magical orb is down there on the field. Coach, on behalf of the CW Columbus, congratulations, guys. Go crazy.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. This is for you.
Yeah. Celebrate, boys.
Jeff, it never gets old, and I tell you what, this was a slugfest tonight, and you just wondered who would make the big play, the big touchdown. The Stallions got it. The Hawks had their chances tonight, but we had 3 14-play drives that all came up empty.
Yeah, really hard to believe, Randy, but you kind of set the tone tonight when you talked about grinding, that both of these teams were kind of in that mode, and that's exactly what we saw in this game tonight. And I think the difference is you got to take care of the football. You can't turn it over and expect to be able to win this kind of game. As you see total yards tonight, Hartley on top of that with 266 total yards. But again, you go down to the bottom left corner of that, and you look at those 3 turnovers tonight, and to me, that's the difference in the game.
But remember, too, the Stallions made their mistakes, too, with a high snap on a field goal attempt and also having to kick the ball out of the back of the end zone for safety on a high snap for a punt, too. So not turnovers, but still mistakes.
Yeah.
Plenty for each coach to coach them up about during the week, right?
Yeah, they weren't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but they did not turn the ball over. That was the important part.
Sir, I will let you leave now because it's quite a haul for you to make it to Johnstown. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, my friend.
Big game coming up next week. Licking County Lake Newark Catholic taking on Johnstown. Catch it right here. I predict we'll have more points in that game than we had here tonight. With that being said, another edition of Central Ohio Toyota's Friday Night Rivals has come to a close. We would like to extend a huge thank you to all of our sponsors, also to Dean Marini and the Image Video broadcast team as well, too. Join us next Friday at 7 o'clock when the Green Wave takes on the Johnnies. Once again, our final score here has been DeSales 7, Hartley 2. I'll say it one final time. You've been watching Central Ohio Toyota Dealers Friday Night Rivals presented by Columbus State Community College in one place on the CW Columbus.